nearest you at goodfeet.com. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
An extreme heat warning is in place for this weekend. It starts today at noon. Highs are going to reach 103 today, 102 tomorrow. The cool down will be slow with next Thursday, dropping to 92 degrees. Right now, though, it's 88 degrees in Fair in downtown Salt Lake City. I'm Cameron Elliott from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at kslnewsradio.com. We're Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
Lights, camera, action. It's the KSL Movie Show.
Today will not be known as Taco Tuesday. It will be known as Freedom Friday.
The week's big movie review, movie news, games, and prizes. Here's Andy Farnsworth and Valerie Cameron.
So, how long is this going to take?
You can't rush art.
On KSL News Radio, 102.7 FM and 1160 AM.
Welcome to the movie show, where our big movie of the week probably should be the one that's going to win the box office by like triple. But we already did that one last week.
Yeah,
so
we did.
Spider-Man still dominating the box office. Yet there were other movies released to theaters this week, and we saw several of them.
Yeah.
And are they on quality of The Odyssey or Spider-Man? I
Sure.
mean,
No.
the movies were in focus.
They were.
The sound was functioning.
They had actors.
They did have actors in them. Our big movie of the week this week, sponsored by Paris RV, is actually a kind of a different type of rom-com from the director of Easy A and what's the one with Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney from a couple of years ago?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that one. And this movie is called One Night Only. One Night Only.
Sorry, bro.
Oh, man. We're supposed to have sound. Well, it was
I
going to
can
go
pretend
something
to be
like this.
Monica.
Yeah. All right, so that starts the movie show off on the strong foot today. But here's what we got. So this is... It stars Monica Barbaro as Allie. She's a woman who sings commercial jingles for a living.
She's got a great voice, by the way.
She does, and it's hilarious. You know, all of the drug commercials that have like a weird tweak on a popular song, except for they're singing about a drug and its side effects, she sings those commercials in this movie, and it's really funny. And then Callum Turner plays Owen, and he's a pizza shop owner. Now, they both live in New York City, and in this reality, premarital sex has been outlawed in the USA, with the exception of one 12-hour period each year in which all single people can get with anyone and everyone, and they do. Now, this takes place on that night in New York City, and both Owen and Allie are going out seeking companionship, and they keep running into each other.
It's kind of like these meet cutes that keep missing.
Yeah. And, you know, I mean, could it be that the universe is trying to bring them together?
I don't know.
Duh, it's a rom-com.
It's a rom-com, of course.
It is.
I was going to say.
Now, having said this, I thought it was laugh out loud funny sometimes.
There were so many things about this movie that I did not think were going to be funny because the premise of the film is so weird.
Yes.
Right? But don't let that stop you from seeing it. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you get to see Molly Ringwald and LeVar Burton. I didn't realize LeVar Burton was as funny as he absolutely is, even in this very, he's only on the screen maybe 3 minutes the whole movie, but every time he's there, he's lovely.
I didn't recognize Molly Ringwald until the credits rolled.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I haven't seen her in so long that I didn't know that was her. I knew she seemed familiar. So, I feel like I should know who that is, but I did not know until the final credits. But she was funny. I knew that.
Yeah, I do love, though. So Callum Turner, he does play the pizza owner, and you forgot to say that he wants to get engaged that night. So he has a girlfriend who is played by Maya Hawke. And I love Maya Hawke. And I thought she was a great choice for this role. Again, she's not one of the main people in the movie, but when she's there, she does a great job. But imagine going into this 12-hour period. You have a girlfriend. You've had her for over a year.
3 years.
3 years, yeah. You're going to propose on the night that means so much to people, I guess. And then she's like, hey, I don't know that I want to be with you.
Yeah.
Heart just dropped into my stomach for this guy.
So that's the thing is there's these relatable touches that are funny. And this was the part that surprised me about this movie. It did not lean into the gross.
It didn't.
That's what I thought it was going to do. Now, I've heard a lot of people describe movies like Something About Mary and American Pie as having this underlying sweetness buried underneath a lot of crude jokes. There were some crude jokes, but really the biggest barrier for this movie, I would think, I mean, besides the actual premise of it itself, the language, it was nonstop language. And I was laughing, thinking to myself, because I was enjoying the movies for what it was, but I was thinking, who are my friends that I know would never watch this as is? And then I thought, could they watch this on like VidAngel, for example, when it comes to streaming? And now I want to watch it on VidAngel only to see how much of the actual movie they get to see, knowing how the filtering service works, where it just has to jump full scenes if some of the filtered stuff you put on there come out, and how long the movie would actually be with having to skip all the different things. But having said that, it does not lean into the gross and vulgar. There are some moments, I'm not going to lie, but I thought that that Owen and Allie were like vulnerable. They were sweet. They were charming. They were good looking, of course. And really what helps the movie is it never takes itself too seriously. This is like satire.
Yes.
All the way through.
Yes.
And I just thought it was funny.
I love the fact that they went into her background as being one of those commercial singers, because we don't think about that, and then now we have a face to it.
Having heard enough of them and seen enough of the commercials sitting in the news studio every morning, I have thought about that before.
But like, it's not in a movie. Like, no, it's not like somebody's
like the Pepto-Bismol
job,
commercial where they're like, upset stomach.
Well, she
I
does
thought
that.
Somebody had to sing that into a microphone somewhere, and this is where you get to see the behind the scenes of that.
Yeah, and I loved it, and how they utilized that throughout the movie was probably one of my favorite things.
Yeah, all the way to the very final scene.
Yes, and I think you and I were talking, because I didn't think it was gross like the movies that you mentioned either. The only gross thing that I felt about this movie is that I've been to New York and I love New York, and they're going all around New York, and I just am hoping that they're washing their hands all the time, because there's touching things. They go into a sewer. Was it not a sewer at one point, but like they lift up the grate and they're like trying to get something out of.
They're trying to get the MacGuffin out of the drain.
Yeah, out of the drain, and it's just like, and then they go into the pizza shop, and I'm like, I hope they wash their hands before they touch that pizza. Like, that's my brain on the grossness.
Do they ever wash their hands in New
never
York?
saw. Well, I don't know. I do when I'm there, so I assume at least 2% of the people do.
At least the margin for error does.
But it was cute also, because they showed all these different types of relationships, and then they have married people like, oh, we're just old and married. You guys
go.
The
married people all work that
They're
night,
all working
so all the
that
single
night.
people can be off for the 12 hours. So yeah, I mean, if you think what you'd think a movie with this premise has, it does have that. Although, again, I don't want to defend. If you can get past the hurdle of the premise, it's funny and sweet. If you can't, I totally understand.
Yeah, it's a rated R rom-com.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
There you go. It's called One Night Only. I actually gave it a B grade.
I gave it a solid B as well.
A B.
High five.
Woohoo. All right, that is our big movie of the week, One Night Only, starring Callum Turner and Monica Barbaro, and it is in theaters. Now, we have I watched another one that's a supposed comedy that admittedly I laughed at some of the jokes, but it was not one of my favorite things to watch this week. But
what?
Yeah, Super Troopers 3. It's the third in the series. Shouldn't each one be getting better than the last? Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was a.
I'm so glad you took one for the team on this one.
I'm going to have some fun on this one, too, when we join Brightside after this show. But there's also a horror movie that we did not see, but we did not hear good things about.
No good things at all.
And we have a documentary that played at Sundance.
Yes.
That I did not get a chance to watch, but I heard is actually really good. So we will talk about that. It's called Cookie Queens. And then our big streaming this week. Usually we try to go with a movie. But when Ted Lasso premieres,
come on,
that's your big streaming item. So we'll talk about that on today's movie show. Our movie show question of the week: what comedy movie are you afraid to admit you find hilarious? That is our question. You can text 57500. And if you remember the movie show, you already have this question on your phone, so you may already be sending in responses. I'll have to look at that. Plus, we've got telephone torture. Today on Movie Show, we're going to give away 2 4-packs of tickets.
2
4-packs. 2 people are going to win 4 tickets to see the advanced screening of the film The End of Oak Street this Monday at Megaplex Jordan Commons in Sandy. So make sure you're listening at 12:35 if you would like to win those tickets.
And I have some fun info about that screening too. It's not just a regular screening. So when we get to that, you want to win these tickets.
We want you to win. And it is going to be a supernatural movie since, the end of Oak Street, supernatural. All right. We've previewed a lot, but when we come back, we're going to tell you about Cookie Queens, and we're going to tell you what our favorite comedy movies are that we are afraid to admit that we find hilarious. We're broadcasting live from Sound Sleep in Sandy. I've got Mandy Nelson from Sound Sleep here. And Mandy, do you have a movie that you find hilarious that you're afraid to admit? Do you want to think about that one for a little bit?
Let me think about that.
Okay. We were talking about trying to correct sleep apnea, and one of the reasons that I know people don't like to or are resistant to correct sleep apnea, and my dad was one of these people, he didn't want to take a sleep test. Now, when I took a sleep test 15 years ago, I had to go somewhere, spend the night there. Then I had to go back later and spend the night there again,
right?
So that they could correct the sleep apnea. And my dad never wanted to do that.
Yeah.
But you guys have said, no, look, there's an easier way to do this. What do you do?
Yeah, so we just have a machine that you take home with you. So you get to sleep with it in the comfort of your own bed. It's just a chest strap. You have an oximeter on your finger and then a cannula in your nose, like an oxygen tube, but it's not blowing anything at you. It's just recording airflow. Super simple. You just wear it 4 to 6 hours that night, and then you bring it back. We download the data right here, right when you come in, and then you sit down with one of our consultants, and they'll go over the data with you, talk about your options, talk about how many times you stop breathing, what's going on while you're sleeping that you don't know.
You don't have to have any electrodes taped to you.
No.
Nobody's watching you.
Nobody's watching you sleep. Yeah. You're not in an uncomfy bed. You're in your normal bed on your pillow. So
and
it's super
not
easy.
Blowing it. You're putting in the cannulas, but it's not blowing anything in. It's just measuring the breath that comes out.
Exactly.
So that
super
makes
easy.
it a whole lot easier. Now, the other thing is people are like, okay, fine, I could do the sleep test, but I do not want to have a CPAP machine.
Yeah. No, we offer, it's a custom fit oral appliance, like a retainer or bleach trays that you wear on your teeth. It is adjustable. So we just position your lower jaw forward a little bit. If you think of when they do CPR and they do a chin thrust to open the airway, same type of a concept because your airway is closing off while you're sleeping. So this is just keeping it open naturally rather than the CPAP machine, which is blowing it open.
And the other nice thing about the oral appliance, you can sleep on either side.
Yeah.
You don't have to sleep facing your machine.
Yeah.
In fact, that's one of the reasons that I was happy to get an oral appliance was I was like, oh, I can face my wife when I go to sleep for a change.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But you guys are offering this sleep screening for free today if you call before the end of the movie show.
Yeah. Sleep screening free.
Oh, and then the sleep consultation.
And the consultation, yeah.
Okay, but because it's a movie show, we want you to do better than that.
No, Andy.
What do you think you can give us today for people who call, make the appointment, and then keep their appointment?
So we will do our Sleep Better gift basket, a drawing for somebody to win our Sleep Better gift basket, which is a purple pillow, a Minky throw, and then a $50 Amazon card.
Okay, but to do that, you got to call 801-716-8672 and make the appointment. 801-716-8672.
When it's hot like this, air conditioners struggle to keep up. Parts are under more stress, and sometimes those parts fail. What's up, everybody? I'm Mike Wilson with Any Hour Services, and no one helps more homeowners maintain and repair their air conditioners than Any Hour Services. As a matter of fact, last year, over 32,000 homeowners called Any Hour Services for help maintaining and repairing their systems. Any Hour Services has over 100 HVAC technicians to help with everything from maintenance, repair, to installing a new system. This summer, there'll be a lot of people told they need to replace their air conditioner, and they'll wonder, do I really need to? If you're told you need to replace your air conditioner and you still have questions, Any Hour Services can give you a second opinion and let you know what options are available. Maybe it just needs a little maintenance or a small repair. Maybe it does need to be replaced, but if you don't feel good about being told you need to replace your air conditioner, don't ignore those feelings. Call Any Hour Services for help with air conditioner maintenance, repair, or to schedule a free second opinion. Google Any Hour Services or schedule online at anyhourservices.com. No one helps more homeowners than Any Hour Services.
Is the volatility of the stock market driving you crazy? Is your retirement account sinking, yet you're getting older and you're starting to worry about, will I have enough for retirement? What about the money in the bank? These banks pay nothing these days. How do we get growth to get to retirement account? It's simple. Move into gold and silver. Want to know how to do it? Listen to my show, Striking Gold, with me, Kenny Michaels.
Now on Saturday at 5 p.m.
Hey, Doug.
What is it that you do? 'Cause everybody's buying a car from you. Hey, Doug.
Roll into summer in a new Chevy from Doug Smith Chevy in Spanish Fork. We've got cars, trucks, and SUVs perfect for fun under the sun. Together, let's drive.
Hey, Doug.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
John's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, where he can get a battery for under $100. Lonnie, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge, and Lonnie does that for free too. In no time at all, John is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Movie Show. The Movie Show on KSL News Radio.
All right, in this segment of the movie show, we've got another movie to review. This was one that played at Sundance, and it was actually, I think this was one of the first movies that got a distribution deal at Sundance, because I think it was Meghan Markle and Prince Harry,
Yes.
who's their production company picked it up, or their distribution company picked it up,
I
made
think
the
you're
first
right.
deal for this. This movie is called Cookie Queens.
I feel like everyone has like a place in the troop. We usually start with a snack and a friendship circle. I met my best friend while selling Girl Scout cookies.
This was such a cute documentary. It follows 4 Girl Scouts through a 6-week frantic cookie season. I didn't know it was 6 weeks that Girl Scouts go out there and try and get their goals. And it follows them and their troops and their families. And it's a coming-of-age look at an $8 million business. I mean, when you think about Girl Scout cookies and
Did you
see
say
them...
business or racket?
I used the word business.
Oh, okay.
But
maybe I just mentally filled in the blank.
as
No,
you
I'm kidding.
watch this documentary, you kind of see what these girls and the families go through, and it's just like any other thing that a kid does, whether it be dance or sports or whatever. Sometimes there are parents out there that are trying to live vicariously through their
that might
kids.
be more motivated than the child who's supposed to be doing the thing.
And you see that in cookies. And so there is this one girl, and they're all, and I hate to say this, adorable, but they are. They are all fantastic young women, and they are so smart. They're saying words and sentences and telling their parents things I would never even think about saying to my parents. And there's this one girl, and her mom is like, okay, your goal was this, but maybe you can do this goal. And she had already sold 9,000 boxes. And her mom's like, maybe you want to hit 10,000. And she's like, Mom, you always do this. Every year you push me to do more. And I don't know if I like to do that anymore. Like, she's having this full on grown up conversation with her mom about this, because she is the one in the troop, the girl in the troop who always gets her troop the most sales. And so she's saying, I feel like that's my role in the troop. And if I didn't sell the most cookies, what would my purpose be? And I'm like, are you like my therapist right now? Like, you're like, these are things that I would like to say out loud. And so you see they're different, and you see all girls of all different walks of life, and what they're going through to sell these cookies, and how they choose their goal. I didn't know that you actually have to purchase the cookies that you think you're going to sell before you sell them. And if you do not sell all of those, you as parents are responsible for paying for all of those cookies. So there's one family in there that they're like, okay, my daughter's really into this. Do you think you can do it? We really want to be one of the popular parents. And
I thought that's why you pre-ordered 6 weeks before you got the cookies.
They want you to do that so that they know that they're coming in. But if the parents don't sell all those cookies, then that bill comes to them and they have to pay whatever
No, I
they
thought
didn't
that was
make.
the reason they took pre-orders, was so they knew how many to. See, that was.
Listen,
I
I'm just
have a lot
watching
of
this
questions.
business
I
slash
understand.
racket that you were talking about.
I understand. No, and I was one of the things I was wondering is, why don't they do this year round? Why don't they make the cookies available year round? Wouldn't that
So
raise money year round? Do they address this in the documentary?
They address that. They also address that this one young lady that I was telling you about that sells the most cookies every year. She says they kind of put it all together. She alone, in the time that she has sold cookies, has made the Girl Scouts over $200,000. And she said there should be some kind of forum or group where we have a say into where this money goes. We are the ones that are making this money for you. Do we get a say in how much money comes back to us as Girl Scouts or where this money goes outside of?
This wasn't produced by Girl Scouts of America, I'm guessing, this documentary.
I don't think so. It says that it got the audience award, like you said, with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. They were the executive producers from a company called Archwell. And so I think they did it. I know that
Does it cast Girl Scouts in a favorable or an unfavorable overall light?
In a favorable lighting. This isn't like a gotcha piece or anything like that, but you see both sides of it of, okay, we love doing this. This is a part of us growing up. You get to be a part of a troop. We met our best friends this way. Parents are getting together, but then there's also, there's always a girl that feels like she's on the outside and she's not
the Thin Mints
making as much. No, the Thin Mints are the best.
Yeah, but they're the darkest of the cookies.
There's also a young girl in there who creates the sugar-free cookie. She is so great, and she's diabetic, and she goes to sell these cookies, and this guy's like, I would love to buy any of these, but I'm diabetic, so she actually creates her own diabetic cookie, bakes it with her mom, and takes it to his house, and I believe now they're working on another sugar-free cookie for the Girl Scouts.
So there's more than one. There'll be more than one?
Hopefully, crossing your fingers.
What's your favorite Girl Scout cookie, Val?
I like the peanut butter ones. I don't know what they're called, but they're the peanut butter inside.
Okay.
And the Thin Mints. Those are my favorite.
Thin Mints are good. I like the trefoils also, the shortbread.
They talked about the trefoils a lot. I'm not going to say no to that one. I really like that one.
Okay.
I can't have, my daughter loves the coconut ones, and I obviously can't have those, but those are always at our house usually. So
are you allergic to coconut or you just don't like it?
Both.
My wife can't have it because she doesn't like coconut.
Both things can be true.
So what did you give the movie?
This was a B+ for me. I really thought it was great. I wish I was thinking about all of my friends who I buy cookies from every year to be supportive.
Was there any troops from Utah in this? Is there a Utah connection? Did you notice?
There wasn't that I noticed. Most of them were like California area, but I found it very relatable, even though I was not a Girl Scout, but I thought of all of my friends that have their kids doing it. And, it's something that you want to feel a part of your community, just like anything else that you want to do. But I found these girls and these stories endearing, and I thought it was a nice thing to spotlight. And in everything, there's a positive, and then everything can be improved just a little bit. I didn't see a negative.
Okay.
I just saw points of improvement.
All right. So that is called Cookie Queens.
Cookie Queens.
Documentary.
Rated G.
Playing at several local theaters. Rated G. Okay, so it's something that people can go and enjoy. All right. Still to come on the movie show, I'm going to tell you about Super Troopers 3. How this movie got to 3, I am not sure. I have not seen one. I think I've seen one. I have not seen 2. I am sorry that I saw 3. But I'll tell you about that when we return on the movie show. We're broadcasting from Sound Sleep in Sandy with Mandy Nelson, and Mandy's upped the offer. Now, by the way, anybody who called and made an appointment last hour, you're going to be entered to win this drawing as well. So we're going to take care of our movie show listeners and our KSL listeners. But a free sleep screening and a free sleep consultation, people who call and make the appointment get that automatically.
Automatically, yep.
And if you make that appointment and keep your appointment, then you'll be entered to win the drawing for a Sleep Better gift basket, which has what in it?
A purple pillow, a Minky throw, and a $50 Amazon gift card, so you can lay on your pillow with your Minky over you and shop on Amazon.
Oh, my goodness.
I know.
That'll put you right to sleep.
I want to do that right now.
But once you get to sleep, you need your body to recover the way it's designed to. I mean, that's why we go to sleep.
Yep.
I know I'm stating obvious things here, but that's what's going on is the most obvious things are being disrupted by the sleep apnea, which is you're stopping breathing during the night.
Right. Yeah, and like we said, most people don't know that they're doing this, and sleep apnea is really, really detrimental to your health. And there's so many people out there walking around with it undiagnosed that don't know they have it. So we make it really easy here, where you can just come in for that free consultation and that free sleep screening just to find out. You don't have anything to lose. I mean, we'll tell you if you don't have sleep apnea when you come in and we get the results. Not everybody that walks in here has it, but majority of the people are walking in with symptoms, and my wife is punching me all night long because I'm snoring.
Yeah. I mean, Amanda, I remember her telling me that when she saw hers, she was like, no way.
I know.
And when I saw mine, I said, how is that possible? Like, I didn't think that I could have more apnea moments than there were minutes in an hour.
I know.
And yet I did.
You did. I know. It's scary.
And I was like, well, this does explain some things. It explains why I was always waking up in the middle of the night.
Yeah. And a lot of people will say, oh, I wake up a few times to use the restroom. Well, that's not why you're waking up.
And you wouldn't. If
you wouldn't. Yeah. It's those apneic events that are waking you. Because if you're in that deep, restful sleep and REM and deep sleep, your body goes into kind of a paralyzed state where it won't wake unless there's something waking it. So it's usually those apneic events that are waking you. Body's awake. Might as well
and your
use the
body's like,
restroom.
yeah, we might as well just take care of this while we're awake.
Right.
But we can get this fixed, and Sound Sleep can help you. Call 801-716-8672 to make this appointment for a free sleep screening and a free sleep consultation at one of their 5 locations in Utah. 801-716-8672.
It's 11:30 at KSL News Radio. I'm Cameron Elliott. KSL's top national story this hour from ABC News. A New Mexico court has ordered Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, to pay $567 million to address children's mental health. ABC News contributor Mike Muse says the settlement does not abdicate parents' responsibilities.
If your child is under the age of 13, the question is, were they ready to have a cell phone? You pay for the cell phone. Do you know what apps are on your child's cell phone? You also, too, can download it from the App Store.
The court-imposed settlement also requires Meta to create additional educational material for parents and educators and to produce PSAs about social media use and mental health. Officials here in Utah have been watching the New Mexico case very closely because we have a case that's very similar. KSL News Radio's Don Brinkerhoff has reaction from a local mental health expert.
Carly Schimpel is the owner of Power Within Child Therapists.
It's really hard to navigate platforms like that, and kids are getting screens sooner and sooner and sooner. We can learn how to be with screens without them running our lives.
She tells KSL's Garna Mejia the key to helping kids with social media use is for parents to focus on helping them build healthy guardrails. Utah's case against Meta is scheduled for a bench trial at the beginning of November. Don Brinkerhoff, KSL News Radio.
Taking a look at your money at this moment, the Dow Jones is up 133 points. That's 0.25%. The S&P 500 is up 25 points. That's 33%. And the NASDAQ is up 195 points. That is 0.74%. Coming up, it's going to be a little hotter this weekend and a little cooler next week. KSL weather is next. KSL News Time, 11:32.
Mornings are for recharging.
And they're for starting your day right.
We volunteer to join you in the car. Get news and weather at 102.7 FM during the most important part of your day.
Andy and Amanda, each morning between 5 and 9 on KSL News Radio.
I want to tell you how you can increase the value of your home and pass that value on to the person you sell your home to. And that is to replace your builder-grade windows with special custom vinyl replacement efficient windows from Advanced Window Products. Right now they've got a deal, $2,500 off when you purchase 10 windows or more if you mention KSL. And they can prorate that discount for fewer than 10 windows if you need fewer than 10 windows. My house had too many windows. I had 20. And we didn't even do them all. We didn't even do the very basement. But that's not the house part of the house we were having issues with. It was the upstairs and the main floor. And now we don't have too hot a floor in the summer and too cold of a floor in the winter because all our energy going out the windows, Val.
Well, did you notice this when you got your utility bill? Is that kind of how you figured this out?
Well, so before I got the utility bill, I noticed when I walked downstairs and the temperature was the same on both floors of the house, which was not something I was used to. I become accustomed to it to being hotter on this floor and colder on this floor. And when I walked downstairs, I was like, oh my gosh, it feels the same on both floors. I love this.
But there was a little test that you did when I went into the showroom, and you hold your hand. Now explain this to everybody. You hold your hand. How many?
You put your hand. They've got a heat lamp, and you put it behind regular glass, and you feel the heat. Then they slide the efficient windows, and you don't feel the heat. And I was like, okay, that was all I needed to know.
So I literally went home, and I'm putting my hands in front of my windows, and everybody in my house like, what are you doing right now?
No, that's the different one. Okay, so that's the one that I did instruct. The other is in the winter. If you put your hand near the window and don't touch it, and you feel the cold. That means your windows are not efficient.
Exactly. And so, just go up to have a little window day at your house and see how that feels.
A window test. And take $2,500 off when you purchase 10 windows or more by calling Advanced Window Products, 801-850-9100.
Most families get their financial advice in pieces. A financial advisor here, a CPA there, an estate attorney somewhere else. Everyone means well, but nobody's talking to each other, and those gaps can work against you. Trajan Wealth's family office brings wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning together, not as separate conversations, but as one coordinated system built around your life, your goals, and the people who matter most. Ours is a true family office, not one that refers you out because it's convenient. This kind of dedicated collaboration used to require a 7-figure net worth, but here's the game changer. Trajan kicked that door open. Trajan advisors are fiduciaries, always obligated, always honored to act in your best interest. Unlock your Trajan family office at TrajanWealth.com or call 1-855-TRAJAN-1. That's 1-855-TRAJAN-1.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax.
We wouldn't be celebrating America 250 if it wasn't for a strong foundation set by the framers. Hamilton built America's financial foundation on sound money, later embodied by the gold standard. But we abandoned that discipline in 1971 and have seen inflation erode the dollar's value. What's the foundation of your savings? Is it gold or something that can be devalued? Hi, it's Dr. Ron Paul, and I encourage you to speak with my friends at Birch Gold Group about diversifying an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in gold. Learn more by requesting a free info kit on gold IRAs. Just text the word SECURE to the number 989898. Let Birch Gold help you build your foundation with gold. Text the word SECURE to the number 989898. Text SECURE to 989898.
Traffic and weather together brought to you by UCCU. Learn how to save more this summer at UCCU.com. And here's Ricky Meese.
We still have a closure in place of Timpanogos Highway SR 92 in Lehigh at about 12th West. That is Morning Vista Road due to an earlier crash. If you're traveling any of the Valley freeways, you're looking at good speeds. We've had just a little bit of a reduced speed eastbound I-80 as you approach and pass SR 65 in Parley's Canyon. UDOT construction alert. Southbound I-15 between Kaysville and Farmington will fully close Saturday from 10 p.m. until Sunday at 8:30 a.m. while crews remove overhead signs. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
Today, the high is going to be in the low hundreds with a 30% chance of rain on Sunday. It's going to slip back into the 90s throughout the week, but right now it's 91 degrees and sunny in downtown Salt Lake City. I'm Cameron Elliott from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at KSLNewsRadio.com. We're Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
Lights, camera, action. It's the KSL Movie Show.
Is that the only monologue that you got?
The week's big movie review.
I'm all over it, G.
Movie news, games, and prizes.
Start talking and talk fast.
Here's Andy Farnsworth.
Andy's a real special kid.
And Valerie Cameron.
Look who knows so much, huh?
On KSL News Radio, 102.7 FM and 1160 AM.
Welcome to the movie show. Andy Farnsworth and Val Cameron. We are at Sound Sleep in Sandy. And Val, if there's a movie that can make One Night Only seem tame by comparison, we talked about what the premise of One Night Only was and how I realized that that's like a hurdle for people to maybe want to see that movie. If there's a movie that can make it seem tame by comparison, it's our next movie, Super Troopers 3.
Oh, yeah?
This is from the comedy team Broken Lizard. And to point out, the original Super Troopers came out in 2001.
And some of the funniest quotes.
Like?
Meow what?
Okay, so you do remember that. Yeah, except for then they get even further into playing jokes like that. So, and the reason I bring up 2001 is I'm going to come back to this point in a little bit, but what we've got, if you're not familiar with Super Troopers, it's the goofy and vulgar tales of the Vermont Highway Patrol. Okay, they pick a small state, and they have 4 dudes who are on the staff. They've got a captain played by Brian Cox. That's the only guy I recognized
so much.
initially.
Yeah.
And these guys never seemed to grow up from being college stoners in the 1990s. And this is why I talk about 2001. In 2001, they were only 3 or 4 years removed from being college stoners in the 1990s. Now they've been 26, 27, 28 years from that.
Are you saying that they need to grow up by this point?
Well, it's just weird to see dudes who look that old making this immature of jokes. So in this one, I don't even know the names of all the guys. This new version has one of the troopers, the one who's Indian.
Okay.
He is trying to do everything he can to keep his sister from marrying the most obnoxious member of the team, the guy named Farva.
Okay.
Farva saves her
Farva.
life when she crashes her car and she falls in love. And she's played by Simone Ashley, I think, that was on New Girl. She played the main character's friend on New Girl.
Yes.
I
And I
didn't watch
think you're
New Girl
thinking of
enough.
Thorny, right? The guy Thorny's sister?
Is Thorny the Indian guy?
Yeah, I think so.
Then yes.
Mhm.
I couldn't pronounce his name when I looked it up, but that's also part of the joke because they kind of have fun with that. But anyway, that's the main plot. There's a subplot of drugs coming in from Canada maybe, and there's a whole thing about maple syrup because they're in Vermont that big syrup is trying to
Big
encroach.
syrup.
Yeah, they make jokes about that. So, and I will say, this was funny sometimes, but there's not much more to it beyond swear words and vulgar jokes. And I really feel like it was written by somebody with the maturity of a 16-year-old.
Okay.
So, this film is a big miss for me, unless you fit that description, in which case I think you'll love it probably.
Okay.
So, there you go. Super Troopers 3 gets a D+ from me.
Oh, wow. Is that your first D of the year?
No, I think I've given another one, but
Okay.
D+ is usually D+ is usually like so bad it's kind of good.
Right.
I did laugh at some of it. I'm not going to lie.
It's a very specific kind of funny.
Yeah, and it's just if there's a gross joke they can make, they make it.
Okay.
And it just maybe if this was like a bunch of young kids again, the only young person, Andrew Dismukes from Saturday Night Live,
Yeah.
he plays the rookie that's on the team now. Nat Faxon plays their new captain. Brian Cox is still in it. There's a callback.
I think it's funny
with Brian
that
Cox.
he's still there. Like, he is a fantastic actor doing big things, and he's like, yeah, I want to go do Super Troopers 3 again.
Okay, funny you say that because in the closing credits, there are outtakes. And there's a scene where Brian Cox is talking to, because he's their retired captain now. So he keeps hanging around. They're like, dude, you're retired. Get out of here. And there's a scene that's in the movie that in the closing credits, you see an outtake where he flubs a line and they're kind of like, haha. And he's like, I mean, you got to understand, I just got the script 2 days ago. And you're like,
It feels like it.
That's how serious you're taking this thing.
Okay.
But okay, if you like Super Troopers 1 and 2, I assume you like number 3, but this isn't probably the jumping on point for anybody. And it wasn't funny enough to get it better than a D+ from me. Super Troopers 3 is rated R. I do have a little bit of movie news that I wanted to bring up with you, Val, and I've got a lot of Spider-Man news that we'll talk about when we do the movie show top 10. I bet you can't guess where it is in the movie show top 10. But that's why I'm going to save some of that, because a lot of it is box office records that it set this week. But this was something, there was the trailer. I finally watched part of the trailer for The Social Reckoning.
Oh.
Are you aware of this one? If you've seen the trailer, you already know when The Social Reckoning hits theaters this fall, you won't see Jesse Eisenberg returning to play Mark Zuckerberg in this sequel, Aaron Sorkin's 2010 Oscar-winning film, The Social Network. Instead, the Facebook founder is going to be played by Succession's Jeremy Strong.
Yep.
Now, it isn't, though, because Aaron Sorkin didn't want Jesse Eisenberg to return. Sorkin, who's directing The Social Reckoning this time, he didn't direct the first one, he just wrote it.
Right.
But he's directing it this time and writing it. He told Vanity Fair that he spent 3 days trying to convince Eisenberg to come back and play Zuckerberg again. But then Sorkin said, I felt like it belonged to him, and he was certainly battle-tested. He simply did not want to be conflated with Mark Zuckerberg anymore.
Yeah.
He has problems with the guy. He doesn't like kids coming up to him in airports, coming up to Eisenberg with business cards that say, I'm CEO, B, for him to sign.
Yeah.
And Eisenberg, who earned an Academy Award nomination, actually, he got a nomination. I don't think he won.
No.
He told BBC Radio he was not keeping up with Zuckerberg's life because he doesn't want to think of himself associated with somebody like that.
Yeah. That's got to be hard.
Yeah. He's like, it's not like I played a great golfer and now something people think I'm a great golfer, he says. It's like this guy's doing things that are problematic.
Yeah.
And now they're associating that with me.
So Jeremy's like, I'm in, I'll do it. I've played problematic people before.
Yes. According to Variety, Social Reckoning centers on Facebook engineer Francis Haugen, who's played by Mikey Madison, and Wall Street Journal reporter Jeff Horowitz, who's played by Jeremy Allen White.
Oh, yeah. I knew he was in it. I just didn't know who he's playing.
Their reporting exposed the company's internal research and decision-making. A 2021 investigative series revealed Facebook's harmful effects on teens and its role in spreading misinformation, including content linked to political violence. So that's what this one is going to explore.
I like
and you
it.
know it's going to have great dialogue because Aaron Sorkin can do one thing really well, and that's write dialogue of characters talking to each other. Now, you may have issues. We'll see how he directs. We'll see if it, I forgot who directed the first one.
I have hopes and dreams for this movie now. Yeah.
And it comes out, I believe, in November.
Good cast, good writer. I think it's going to be great.
All right, so that was some news on the Social Reckoning. Barbie sequel. Have you heard this news?
Oh, really?
Okay, this is from Variety. The studio wants a sequel.
Of course they do. Boo.
It made $1.4 billion. Well, here's the thing. It's not dead, but time is running out for them to get the stars back under contract. Because here's the thing. A New York Times revealed in a new report that Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav is balking at giving Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling rich deals with profit participation in the second movie. Gosling, who got a Best Supporting Actor nomination for his role, is trying to get his pay raised to $20 million. Warner Brothers spokesperson notes there was never an agreed-upon framework that was approved and pulled back, but that's what they want. So here's the thing. Warner Brothers didn't require Margot or Barbie and Ken, basically, to commit to sequels. They only signed a one-movie deal.
Right.
And that was part of the deal to land Greta Gerwig as the director. But the Times says that Greta Gerwig and her husband, Noah Baumbach, have an idea for the new movie, but they won't share the concept with the studio until the deals are complete with the actors.
Oh, wow.
So this is where it is. It's like the standoff where everybody's pointing a thing at each other. Warner won't get the deal done with the actors. The actors won't sign unless they get the deal, and Greta Gerwig won't even share with Warner what she's got until those guys are signed.
Who's going to break?
That's the question. They have a rights deal in place with Mattel. This is what Warner Brothers said. If they can't get this by the deadline, and the deadline is December, the rights revert to Mattel. If it doesn't get done, then they would have to redevelop the IP for a new movie, meaning they cannot build off of what they did in the first one. They can make another movie, but it's going to have to be a complete relaunch.
We could make
revamp.
a movie about how this movie's not getting made.
Hey, maybe that's what they end up doing.
This is so
who
much
do we cast as Margot Robbie and who do we cast as Ryan Gosling? We need to discover the next of each of them to play them in this movie.
Man.
That's a great idea.
I don't think we need another one.
All right, more movie news and the movie show top 10 coming up. And make sure you're listening at 12:35 when we have a chance for you to win 2 4-packs of tickets to the advanced screening of The End of Oak Street, which will be next week's big movie of the week.
Excited.
You'll get a chance to see it for free and early. We're broadcasting live from Sound Sleep in Sandy and Mandy. Let's talk really quick about insurance. So there are supposed sleep apnea devices you can buy that go in your mouth. I know because years ago my wife found one on Amazon for me because I wanted to go camping, but this was going to be a hike in, hike out camp. And I did camping with my CPAP where I lugged the battery.
Right.
And it was okay when I can park right next to my tent and pull the battery out. But there was no way I could do that on this particular overnight camp. So we bought this thing. It was really weird. It didn't work.
Yeah.
It didn't work at all. Yep. And my tongue hurt the next morning when I woke up. It was all dehydrated.
Yeah.
This is not that.
No, it's not. We call those boil-in bites. They're really, really bad for your teeth and your jaw. You don't know where to position your lower jaw to effectively treat the apnea. So you're just kind of like, it's a one and done shot. So we really suggest against those. Ours are custom fit. So when you come in, we do digital scanning of your teeth. So it's an accurate fit to your teeth. Again, like I said, it just snaps on like a retainer. And then it's adjustable. So it comes with all sorts of different adjustments. So we're kind of just finding that sweet spot of where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling so much better. And we do all that follow-up care. So
I was going to say, that's not just, okay, thank you for
Right.
getting this device. Good luck. It's, no. How's it going? Check up, follow up.
And then-
Because mine came, I don't know if it was the wire, but it got I was like, I don't feel like I'm getting the
Yep.
same opening that I did before. And
We
you
just
tweaked
switched it out, yeah.
and you fixed it.
Yeah, and then we do also, about 3 months down the road, we do a follow-up sleep test. So we're going to send you with that sleep test again to take with the mouthpiece in, just so we can make sure that everything's being taken care of as far as your oxygen, your heart rate, your apnea events, and everything.
Now, I hit my deductible already this year, so I'm assuming there are other people who have hit their deductible.
Yes.
This might be a really good time
It's a great
to come
time
and do this.
Yeah, don't wait till December because we get really, really busy November, December. But if you've hit your deductible, come on in. We'll check your benefits. We'll have all that information for you when you come in for your consultation as far as what it's anticipated that insurance would cover. And we also have financing options too. So,
But the best part is, right now, if you call between now and the end of the movie show, you can get this sleep screening and sleep consultation scheduled for free. And if you keep your appointment, then you'll be entered to win, entered into a drawing to win a Sleep Better gift basket, which has 3 awesome things.
yeah. It's got a purple pillow, a Minky throw, and then a $50 Amazon gift card.
But to do this, you got to call 801-716-8672. That's 801-716-8672.
Make sure that your home's heating and cooling systems is in shape for whatever the season will bring with expert and community trusted service you can rely on from Call Climate Services. Industry-leading products, outstanding service, and customized comfort is what you can look forward to when working with Call Climate Services. Call Climate Services has worked hard to achieve and maintain premier dealer status with Lennox. This status is achieved with specialty equipment training and customer satisfaction ratings of 4 stars and above. Offering a wide assortment of Lennox equipment, Call Climate Services will ensure your family's home comfort system needs are met. Call today at 801-298-4810. That's 801-298-4810. Or visit Call Climate Services online at callclimate.com to learn more about how you can experience the premier dealer difference today at Call Climate Services, 801-298-4810. Dealer license number 358-234-5501.
This is Derek Miller speaking on business. Since its founding in 1849, Holiday has been known for its tree-lined streets, rich history, and exceptional quality of life. Today, that legacy continues through thoughtful planning and community investment. Holiday Mayor Paul Fotheringham joins us with more.
Holiday is a special place where families put down deep roots and stay for generations. We're proud of our history, beautiful tree canopy, and artistic and cultural offerings. We prioritize building a community where people feel safe, connected, and welcome. We balance investments in the amenities residents value with responsible management of taxpayer dollars. Through valuable partnerships with Unified Police Department and Unified Fire Authority, and with dedicated city staff and careful financial stewardship reflected in our AAA bond rating, we provide high-quality public services while maintaining a competitive property tax rate. Equally important are the experiences that bring our community together, from summer concerts and the Blue Moon Festival to art shows, 4th of July celebrations, and gatherings in our parks. We preserve Holiday's small-town charm while embracing the economic, recreational, and cultural opportunities offered throughout the Salt Lake Valley. It's all part of our commitment to making Holiday an exceptional place to live, work, and play.
With a strong sense of community and a commitment to responsible growth, Holiday continues building on the qualities that have shaped the city for generations. Learn more at holidayut.gov. I'm Derek Miller with the Salt Lake Chamber, speaking on business.
Property managers. Customers judge your property in the time it takes to park. Don't fail that test. Seal coating, crack sealing, striping, and patching. Visit gopavutah.com.
10, 9. The KSL Movie Show Top 10.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sponsored by Call Climate Services. From repair to replacement and installation, callclimate.com. Top 10 movies of the past week. What did they make and what did we think of them? Number 10, Young Washington. We both liked it.
That was a win for me for sure.
Yes, I hope it's still playing. I know it's still playing at a couple of local theaters. I don't know which one. I feel like when I was looking for Super Troopers tickets the other day, at least 2 theaters still had it playing. So hopefully it's still doing. I know it's done well here in Utah. It made $46 million over its run so far. It made another $500,000 last week. Still good for number 10. Number 9, its debut week nationwide, even though it played at Sundance. I Want Your Sex, $635K. Doesn't look like a lot of people wanted it.
Boo.
And
Bad
Val
movie.
did not like it. Okay, this was Olivia Wilde and somebody who's a good director but didn't turn out to be a good movie, right?
Right.
Okay, and then number 8, Evil Dead Burn, $32 million. It's made on its run. It made another $750,000 last week. Neither of us saw that one. The Invite, we both saw. This was another Sundance movie with Olivia Wilde. She has 2 in the top 10 this week.
Yeah.
This one's made $23 million over its run. It made another 1.2 last week. It is funny. This is kind of like one night only.
Radar.
You got to be able to handle the subject matter and the language, but
well written, well acted.
But it is well written, well acted. That's The Invite. Number 6, Hades Town the musical. I don't know how that's still in the top 10 because it was supposed to have stopped last Thursday.
Oh, maybe did they add?
I don't know.
Maybe nationwide some other screenings.
Maybe
it's
possible.
just Utah. Not. I wish I could have seen it.
We got hosed here in Utah apparently. But I did get my daughter to it, so I was happy about that. Number 5, Moana. It's made $115 million in its run, 5.5 last week. I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Most people's
It was cute.
objection is I don't think there should be a live-action Moana.
Yeah, I thought it was cute.
Yeah, I haven't heard people say, "Oh, I hate it was a terrible thing." It's most people are just like, "I'm not going to go see it because I don't need to." Then number 4, Minions and Monsters still hanging out in the top 4, $169 million domestic. $6 million over the last weekend. And then number 3, and only because of the 2 movies that are ahead of it, Toy Story 5, it's up to $462 million in the U.S.
Such a good movie.
6.8 last week, and it really is. It really is one of my favorite movies this year.
I agree. I think the top 3 of our top 3 list are probably my favorite movies of the year, at least in my top 10 list.
I was going to say, but you can't forget about your previous favorite.
It's still in there.
Okay.
My top 10 list is becoming abundant.
Crowded already by
Yes.
July. You haven't even got to the awards later this year. Number 2 would have been number 1 to probably any other week, but number 2, The Odyssey, with $51 million over the last weekend. It has now made $400 million in the U.S.
I've seen it 3 times, and I'm seeing it again next week.
Okay, so Val is the reason that it is in number 2. But here is number 1, and no surprise, as from the moment people could go see this. In fact, from the moment tickets went on sale, we knew this was going to be big. Spider-Man Brand New Day, $360 million over the weekend. Let me read off the box office records that this has set. First of all, Spider-Man Brand New Day and The Odyssey powered the biggest weekend in box office history with $430 million, all combined box office totals.
Crazy.
So people say movie theater watching is dead. It just broke the record.
Just
for
needs the right movie.
Spider-Man Brand New Day obliterates its expectations with a $927 million global debut over the weekend. Okay, that wasn't even in its first full week because here's the thing. It then took the biggest domestic box office opening ever. Originally, they thought it fell just shy of Endgame. When they did the final tally Monday morning, it broke the record that Endgame set. So it made $360 million in the U.S. over the weekend, last weekend. Now, it then had a record Monday where it made $46 million, the highest that it's ever.
Printing money.
Yes. Then on Tuesday, it became the second fastest movie ever to cross $1 billion at the global box office.
Is there more?
Made $1 billion between Thursday and Tuesday.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay.
And more?
Sony is happy about this.
Of course they are.
It ended up with a U.S. record $42 million on Tuesday. And that's with the discount tickets that everybody offers around the country.
That's why people go.
There were companies that had rented out full theaters at Jordan Commons. We had to screen one night only that night.
And everybody else seeing Spider-Man.
And we got a Spider-Man pin.
Yeah, we did.
Then it became the highest grossing movie of 2026 by Wednesday.
And more?
With $1.15 billion. This is what Spider-Man...
Do you think they'll ever make another Spider-Man movie again after this?
As of yesterday...
7 more movies.
I don't know. Spider-Man Brand New Day became the fastest U.S. movie to ever cross $500 million at the domestic. So we read you $360 million for Spider-Man Brand New Day. As of yesterday, it was already over $500 million.
That's amazing.
So are superhero movies dead at the box office? No. It just depends on who they put there.
I've loved it because everybody knows how much I love Spider-Man, and so I'm getting all these texts from people, and when Stone texted me the other day, and he's like, I've seen it 3 times, or I'm going to my 3rd watch. I'm like, yes! I'm going again tonight.
Yeah, that's true.
With
Stone wasn't... He hadn't seen it last week, and he put Andrew Garfield as his favorite Spidey, but has Tom eclipsed him? So Tom Holland is officially the best Spider-Man according to the movie show. I don't know if you knew about this. Really quick before we go to news, traffic, and weather. Tom Holland is he's been in the role for 10 years, and he told Entertainment Weekly he has a clear vision of how they will navigate the transition between Spider-Man when he eventually steps down. He says, it's laid out, it's going to change for sure, but I have a really clear vision of passing the baton. I think it's really exciting. All right. Big streaming coming up when we come back.
KSL FM Midvale.
KSL Salt Lake City.
From the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios, this is KSL News Radio.
Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
12 o'clock at KSL News Radio. I'm Claire Scott. KSL's top story this hour. UDOT says commuters can expect delays on 700 East Salt Lake City to last until October. The facelift from 400 South to 1700 South will bring in fresh medians and update some of the pedestrian crossings.
Pedestrian ramps weren't necessarily up to today's standards, and so that's something that we wanted to address along with the medians.
UDOT's John Gleason says a big reason for the updates to the medians were because drivers were often cutting across them to make illegal turns and U-turns. Salt Lake City firefighters are using a new tool to try and help people experiencing trauma and other mental health problems. Chief Kyle Lavender says they're sending mental health counselors along with firefighters and paramedics so they can start mental and emotional treatment for victims, family members, and witnesses right away instead of hours or days later. You can learn more about this program on this morning's KSL News Daily podcast. Our top national story this hour from ABC News. We're learning more about the mass shooting at an Idaho In-N-Out on Saturday.
There were heroes in Twin Falls last Saturday, according to the police chief, and they saved lives by taking on the gunman. Among them, a former police officer who got into a gun battle with the shooter and an off-duty Idaho state trooper who happened to be eating at the restaurant. Why the mass shooting was carried out, Chief Matthew Hicks says they just don't know.
At this time, there is still no known motive for this attack.
He says some of the victims were shot in and around the In-N-Out restaurant. Others were at a Tesla charging station, and another was outside of the Twin Falls Visitors Center. Alex Stone, ABC News.
Your money at this moment, the Dow is up 93 points, the S&P is up 35. And coming up, we could see record high today. KSL weather is next. KSL News Time, 12:02.
A reminder about the simplest way to get updated for your day.
Hit your KSL preset when you jump in the car, and we'll take care of the rest.
Hear key news updates and traffic reports.
Andy and Amanda from 5 to 9 in your car.
KSL News Radio at 102.7 FM.
Progressive presents the Museum of You.
We begin our tour with a unique piece, a relic from the early big screen television era. Remarkable. Next, we find a juicer, which historians believe has only ever been used once. And finally, compact discs from the emo era. A rare find indeed.
Some things should be history, but until then, you could protect what's important to you and save by bundling your auto insurance with a renter's policy from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
John's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, where he can get a battery for under $100. Lonnie, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge, and Lonnie does that for free too. In no time at all, John is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
KSL Broadcast Group contests are open to participants 18 years of age and older that are residents of Utah, unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest may not enter. Persons who have won in the last 30, 60, or 90 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. Full general contest rules are available at kslnewsradio.com/contests.
Traffic and weather together, brought to you by UCCU. You deserve to love where you bank. Here's Ricky Meese.
A little bit of slow traffic northbound I-15, especially in the right lane on the descent to downtown, especially as you're approaching about 1300 south. No problems reported there. We'll keep an eye on it. And good news, drivers in Utah County, Both directions of SR 92 Timpanogos Highway now open from the earlier closure at about 12th West. For a limited time, tickets for most Utah Symphony, Utah Opera performances are $29 or less. Don't wait. Prices go up after August 15th. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
We're looking at a high of 103 today, which would break the daily heat record, 102 tomorrow, and then temperatures slowly falling through the week. Right now it is 93 and sunny. I'm Claire Scott from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at kslnewsradio.com. We're Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
It's The Movie Show streaming reviews on KSL News Radio.
All right. It's Andy Farnsworth, Val Cameron. We are at Sound Sleep in Sandy, and it's time for our big streaming review of the week. And, well, we've waited 3+ years, and we thought that Ted Lasso was gone. When they finished season 3,
they wrapped
that
it up
was
nicely.
supposed to be the end. Ted finished coaching AFC Richmond. He went back to the States to go be with his son and be near his son instead of being separated by an ocean from him. Jason Sudeikis had, the show had really grown since it premiered during the pandemic, and it got to be a lot. And Jason Sudeikis was like, okay, I feel like the story's told. I can step away. Now, 3-4 years later, I'm also assuming Apple helped back up the money truck a little bit, but he felt like there was more. He was in a different place, and he was ready to be able to maybe revisit the character. So we now have season 4 of Ted Lasso on Apple TV.
But football is life?
No, life is so much more than football.
Not as catchy, but true.
All right, so Jason Sudeikis reteams with Hannah Waddingham, Juno Temple, Brett Goldstein, and others in a 4th season of this Emmy-winning soccer comedy, which sees the always positive Ted return to the soccer sidelines back at AFC Richmond, but this time he's coaching the newly formed women's team.
And I think Apple probably did what his friends did to get him back, is maybe they all flew to his house, showed up in his front yard.
So that's where the script idea came for how they talked Ted back into doing it.
Because we got our 3 favorite people from the show, and I just went blank on their names right now.
Well, I just read 2 of them.
Yeah, I know.
Brett Goldstein wasn't one, but the other one plays...
No, but the characters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Keely. There's Keely.
Keely shows up, and I didn't realize it till I watched the episode the second time. She's got red sparkly heels on because she's in Kansas. But are they in Kansas or are they in Missouri? That's the whole thing. And then we have Hannah, who shows up, and she's figuring out how to eat barbecue, which is one of my favorite things about the first episode, because if you've never tried to eat barbecue before, and we know as Americans, because we do it all the time, you're just going to get it all over the front of yourself.
Why you wear a bib.
And so she just gets it. She has barbecue on the front of herself the entire first episode of the show. I love it. But I'm going to say something to you, because people skip these things. We usually skip like the preview of what's to come on the new shows on Apple, right? Don't skip it. I watched it for the first time last night, and it's actually Ted Lasso going through all of the sets of every one of the Apple shows coming up. So he starts out, and he flicks on the light. He opens the door and flicks on a light, and there we are in the silo. And then he goes through the next room, and so don't miss it, because he's in an elevator with Mad Men at one point. Like there's a whole bunch of really cool stuff that they do to bring him back. And the last one is saying "Welcome back," and it's paint for Pluribus. And so I'm like, okay, because I've been waiting for Pluribus, but it's a fun little Ted Lasso thing. But don't skip on the announcement that they get on what you get to watch. But I have to say, I was a little worried about this. Like you said, season 3, they tied it up with a nice little bow and said that was great. I was worried, and I watched the first couple episodes, and I am in love with it. I knew I needed more Ted Lasso in my life, because watching that show every week was something that me and my husband looked forward to. I'm smiling right now because we looked forward to having that smile on our faces every week. We watched as many episodes as we could that were pre-episodes for this series. And,
as many as Apple made available to us.
And my husband and I were like, we didn't know that we needed it this much in our lives right now. And so I rewatched that first episode last night, and I could probably rewatch it again. It's so good.
Well, it took me less than an episode to remember why I liked it so much, and similar to you, just how much I missed it. Because I was like, it's like old friends coming back, and the chemistry between the characters is strong. That was something that I remember noting among Spider-Man Brand New Day is the chemistry between Tom Holland and Jacob Batalon.
Yes.
We were talking about passing the torch. If you do pass the torch, even if you pass it to really good actors, that chemistry, it's Kirk, Spock, McCoy, you know? There's a reason that even the terrible movies were still enjoyable because of the chemistry between the leads, and they felt like your friends, and they felt like you were like the fourth friend among their... And that's kind of the vibe between Leslie and...
Leslie, yes.
And Keeley and Ted and Rebecca.
That's what I was waiting for, Leslie, because when he shows up in his shorts and his dad socks on, and it was just so, they're just such fun characters, like you said, and having that chemistry back, but then bringing in his mom, because they come to visit him. So now you have his mom, Ted Lasso's mom, who I think is a great character. You have his ex-wife, who I think their relationship, and seeing a relationship like that on the silver screen on TV is really important and good for people, that not everybody's ex needs to be an enemy.
Right.
And how they raise their son together, and their son's older now, and so there's some things that are going to be happening there. So I wasn't sure where they were going to go with the story, but I'm happy with what I'm seeing, and I'm excited to see where Leslie goes.
Yeah, I will say, because only one episode is out so far, you haven't met a lot of the new characters yet.
No.
You will over the next couple of weeks, and I liked them too a lot, especially the one of the assistant coaches with this icy demeanor. And yes, I'm excited for people, and hopefully you've already watched the first episode. Weekly drops on Wednesdays. It is rated TV MA for language. I give the new season an A- so far after watching the first 4 episodes.
I'm giving it a solid A so far, and I believe we'll be talking about this again once we have, I'd say maybe at episode 4 or something like that. We should come back to it. And yes, so solid A for me.
So yes, if you haven't watched Ted Lasso yet and you're excited, you have good reason to be excited.
Yes.
In our opinion. All right, the other big streaming movie, it's not a streaming movie, the big streaming series of the week is in my wheelhouse fandom, and that is Star Wars: The Ninth Jedi.
The Jedi fight in the name of justice.
Does the Force actually guide you? How many people have you killed for the sake of justice?
So it's actually called Star Wars Visions Presents The Ninth Jedi. But what it is it's an anime series anime-style animation of a series that is... As far as canon goes, there's some question about whether it is, but it is set 1,000 years after Luke Skywalker. So this has no ties to anything else, which I actually think makes it very freeing, because now they can do whatever they want. And honestly, I kind of think this is what they probably should have done for the sequel trilogy, is just leave the past in the past and just go straight ahead, start brand new. Because this felt interesting and fresh. And there are, George Lucas said that the way Star Wars works is that it rhymes. So there will be, parts that have some similarities in each trilogy, the different arcs and what characters do, and having a Death Star here versus, he didn't want it to be completely different. There's something about familiarity, and there are some familiar things. I don't know how many episodes you got through.
I've watched 2.
Okay, see, and I got through 4 of the 8 so far. All 8 dropped on the same day. But the more episodes I watched, the more into the story I got, and the more enjoyable it got. And it's basically, let's try to find, where did I put this? Okay, there it is. It tells the story of an evil Sith who threatens the galaxy once again, and it forces surviving Force users to band together to stop him. And it kind of centers around a girl named Kara, and she is the son of a lightsaber maker. And then there's a lot of lore. I don't want to give any away for people who are going to watch it. The last Visions, when I watched the screener, I didn't know I could turn on the English dub. So I watched it in Japanese, and I was like, it's fine, but no. Okay. This was the last Star Wars Visions.
Okay.
This one I knew, and I made sure that I watched the English dub, and the English dub is great. It fits just fine. It really just becomes then, are you okay with Star Wars and animation? I am. I thought it was pretty cool.
And I heard that so I read this because I didn't know it was anime, and I went in and I thought, this animation is so beautiful, but it's the first extended anime series in the Visions universe, expanded from a story that started in 2021
Yeah.
So there's some shorts that I can go now watch.
Yes, those are the first.
Those are the
Visions.
ones that you watched.
They were one shot. So all the previous series were either 1 or 2 episode little one shot self-contained
and so this
stories.
is that expanded
this is
story
a long
from that. Okay.
Story arc,
well,
yes.
I'm excited because I have to say the animation is absolutely beautiful. I love the characters they created, and I love if you're used to watching anime, and I don't watch very much anime, but the anime that I do watch, I love the camera editing, and I know you usually wouldn't think about that, but when you see camera editing in animation done right, it's usually in an animated movie from anime. And so when you go to watch this now, see how the characters are moving through the scenes, because they're unlike any Star Wars animation that I've seen before. I've tried to get into other Star Wars animated series, and I can't do it. I've talked to you about it. I just can't get into it because but this animation is what pulled me in and makes me want to keep watching it. So if anything, it's absolutely beautiful.
The voice of one of the characters, Jima, is Simu Liu. That's the only name that I recognize.
Yes.
I might Chase Sui Wonders. I've seen her in other things, but anyway, this was really, really well done. I'm at a B+ on this through the 4 episodes, and it keeps going up the more episodes I watch. So
I'm at a B+ too because of the animation.
And this is TV-14, so it is really okay to watch. I didn't notice anything that any parents would have concerns with their kids watching. So that is called Star Wars: The Ninth Jedi, and it is streaming. All 8 episodes are available right now on Disney+.
We're right in sync today, by the way, with our grading.
This. I like. We seem to be watching and stuff like that. Now, when we come back on the movie show, there's another streaming series that I got a chance to watch. We've still got actually several streaming series that I watch. I forgot I watched all these things. No wonder I didn't have time to watch Cookie Queens as I look at this. And then, of course, at 12:35, make sure you're here for Telephone Torture, where the theme is a supernatural movie and a chance to win 2 4-packs of tickets to the early screening of The End of Oak Street. We're broadcasting live from Sound Sleep, one of their 5 locations. We're at the Sandy location at 90 South and 700 East. And I wanted to tell you, Mandy, that earlier this week, we had one of our listeners who texted asking me about where is the movie show going to be at Sound Sleep? And I said, yeah. And they said, okay, I think I've been having symptoms that you guys have been talking about. And I've been thinking, we do come here a lot, and I'm excited to come here because a lot of people hear us talk about these things, and maybe today they haven't put this together, or they do recognize, hey, I might have some of these symptoms, but they're just kind of sheepish to call.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that every so often we get this chance to give people the chance to get tested for free.
Right. And, I think so many times snoring is just a dismissed thing, where people don't realize what that snoring actually is, that it is actually sleep apnea. And so many people out there snore. So many people out there have sleep apnea too. And you need to get tested.
How many people, let's be honest, how many people have apnea but haven't tested? Is there an official number? I know they've done some studies on this.
So it's about 30 to 39 million that have obstructive sleep apnea. And of those, approximately 24 to 35 million are undiagnosed.
Wow,
that's 80% undiagnosed.
That means I probably have it, and I haven't been diagnosed yet.
You should take the test.
Let's do a
test. I need to do the test.
Right now is a great time because you can get a free sleep screening and a free sleep consultation.
What?
Yeah.
I know, right?
I'm going to get on that list.
And we as women too, we just don't take care of ourselves.
Well, and I think once you hit a certain age too, you're like, do I want to figure that out about me, or do I want to just keep going miserable? You don't want to be miserable.
I'm fine.
Yeah. Well, and people think that sleep apnea is kind of a more male type of a condition. It's not. We probably see just as many women in here as we do men.
I'm not allowed to say this because of HIPAA, but the woman I'm married to has. We both have sleep apnea.
Yeah.
You're twins.
Yeah.
I can't say who though.
Okay, great. Wonder what her last name is.
So, stop putting it off.
Stop putting it,
I'm saying this to myself.
Yes, Val, stop
Call
putting it off.
801-716-8672, or I'll just walk over to the counter. If you want to come in, you can do that as well. Make your appointment.
Absolutely.
But it's so much easier to just call, make the appointment, because then all you have to do is come in and pick up the sleep test.
Right.
Because you can't just come in and pick up the sleep test, making the appointment. You guys got to schedule those because you only have so many sleep tests.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, we do need to have them scheduled. But also, if you're out driving and you can't write down the number, go to our website. It's easy, soundsleepmedical.com. You can book there too.
All right. But if you got to do this during the movie show to take advantage of this awesome deal, And that's free sleep screening, free sleep consultation. If you keep your appointment, then Mandy will put you into a drawing to win a Sleep Better gift basket that has a purple pillow, a Minky throw, and a $50 Amazon e-gift card. All that stuff only if you call Sound Sleep and make an appointment at 801-716-8672.
This is Colin Keary from the New Millennium Group. Have you ever had a question for your financial advisor only to find out that the next available appointment is months away? At New Millennium Group, we believe that financial advice should never be limited to once-a-year review meetings. Life happens every single day. Markets change, retirement questions come up, family situations evolve, and when they do, you deserve answers. That's why we pride ourselves at the New Millennium Group on being accessible when our clients need us most. Whether you're wondering about your investments or a major life decision, our team is here to help provide guidance. We're not interested in being the firm you hear from once a year. We want to be your trusted resource throughout your entire retirement journey. If you're looking for a financial team that values relationships, communication, and responsiveness, we'd love to meet you. Give us a call today at 888-999-6370. That's 888-999-6370, or visit us at utahsfinancialplanner.com.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My car is making this noise. Sometimes it's like doot doot, and sometimes it's like grrr.
Do you have a dash light on?
Oh yeah.
And we don't have to listen for clues. With the free Fix Finder service, we can read a check engine, ABS, or maintenance light to find the likely fix and even recommend a local shop if you need one.
So you don't need to hear the grrr.
Not with Fix Finder. Free at every AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Any Hour Services can help unclog any drain in your house, whether you have a backup, a clog, or a slow drain you want fixed. Call Any Hour Services or visit anyhourservices.com.
The Movie Show.
You got a friend in me. And when Andy plays with you, it's like, even though you're not moving, you feel like you're alive.
On KSL News Radio.
Okay, well, we've got a little bit of streaming news. I wanted to share this with you, Val, because it happened during the end of the movie show last week.
Oh.
So you remember Wonder Man?
Yes.
Season 2, all set to go?
Sad face.
And then they canceled it. And here's the thing. Wonder Man's co-creator says this wasn't like a publicity stunt. He says contracts were signed.
Yeah,
schedules were cleared.
Thought they were doing promotions.
Yeah. So he went to TikTok on Saturday and he thanked the fans and told his thoughts. I appreciate you all. I feel how you all feel. I just want to clear up what I can. Not a stunt. No movie in the works. And the director, Destin Daniel Cretton, who directed Spider-Man, his schedule and no one's schedule was an issue. Yahya Abdul-Mateen, who got nominated for an Emmy for this. Ben Kingsley. Everybody loved making the show. We were eager to continue it.
Sad face.
The writer's room was supposed to start this month. Production was supposed to begin early next year. And there was a decision made internally, this is what he said on Instagram, between Disney and Marvel that this didn't make sense for them, even though a few months ago it did. And that's essentially all I really know.
They've never done that before. Blade.
Yeah.
Still sad about that.
Well, that was, yeah, there have been some different opinion pieces that I read this week about, what is Marvel going to do, especially with the new CEO on board, and it's not Bob Iger anymore. Anyway, that was some news I wanted to make sure people heard. I really enjoyed season 1 of Wonder Man, and I love Ben Kingsley as Trevor Slattery.
Yes.
Love him in that role. So I hope he gets to do some more in the Marvel Universe, even though we won't get him in the series. Okay. We do have a new streaming series that came out this week on Prime Video. It's based on a young adult novel called Sterling Point. Oh, we don't have sound for that.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Right.
Sterling Point. Sterling Point is we're going to follow a 17-year-old Annie Jacobson. She gets rejected from her dream summer program. Then she discovers that she and her twin brother have inherited a remote island in Canada, because who doesn't want to do that? And they remember their grandmother or their grandfather they were never allowed to meet. they went and chased down a mysterious letter. And I have to tell you, there's so many different things going on in this show that it's kind of hard to describe everything. And I know because I tried to describe it to my husband when he walked in while I was watching this. So there's a grandpa that these two twins had never met, but they knew he existed. He had passed away. The father of these two adopted kids kept letters from the grandpa.
And he kept them from him. They didn't know he had written them.
Yes. So Annie finds the letters. She lies to her dad and says she's going to Thailand, but actually she goes to Canada to discover who her grandpa was, who this island is, maybe who her mother was, because her mother died when she was younger.
Was 2, yeah.
And her twin brother is kind of that character that doesn't really care about any of this.
Super rich, super spoiled.
Very, very all of those things. And so she goes on this mission to Canada. She meets a bunch of...
Sharpay's brother in the...
Which is funny because he has an 18th birthday during the show, and his birthday theme was Camp Rock 2. So if that tells you anything, and I'm not mad at it at all, actually, but there's a lot of different relationships. Once she gets to Canada, she realizes that she might have a sister that she didn't know about. They try and figure out who this mystery sister's parents are. And that goes on for a while, back and forth, that you think that you know, and then you don't know, and then you think you may know. It kind of reminded me of a more dramatic Disney movie where none of the female characters have moms. All of their moms
this would have fit well on Disney
are
Plus,
gone,
then,
right?
Good point.
Now, at first, the first couple of episodes, probably the first 4 episodes, I was very frustrated with this show because our main character, Annie, is not telling anybody what's going on. It's just constant lies. Like, why don't you just tell her that
I was almost yelling at the TV.
I was. So you get very emotional because she gets to her grandpa's cabin in Canada, and her sister, who she doesn't know is her sister yet, comes in and kicks her out of the cabin, but she doesn't tell her that that's her grandpa as well. Like, this all takes forever to like figure out.
Open your mouth, girl.
Yeah.
Don't let her treat you like that.
For some reason, she doesn't have a voice of her own. She's too nice to people. And so if you can get past that, I had to stick to the end because I did want to know how everything ended up. It did pull me in. And some of these characters are actually written very well, some of these side characters, and you know how much I love side characters. If you have some good side characters in a movie or a show, it's going to pull your story in. This does that well, plus it's beautiful. Plus, I'm looking at Annie Jacobson the whole time, who's played by Ella Rubin. If you had Julia Roberts and Anne Hathaway had a baby, it would be her, and this is when they were both like 18 years old. She's absolutely beautiful, but also a very good actress. And then there is a young man in the movie that reminds me of a young Zac Efron. So they know who their target audience is.
Again, that must be Ellis, right?
Ellis, yes.
Okay.
So if you like the drama...
Wait, Keen Ruffalo, is that Mark Ruffalo's kid that plays Connor?
Oh, is it?
I don't know, but
I
now I
didn't
got
put
to
two and
find
two
out.
together, but all these characters are very much that kind of drama, teen drama, early, 20s drama. I don't usually like those shows. You guys have heard me time and time again. I don't really like reading those novels. The movies are usually okay. I got sucked in by this one. Yes, I was flustered at this character at the beginning, but they really showed an arc of this character and the other characters in the show. And for me, it was a B, solid B for me.
Yeah, and I got to give it credit. It hooked me. I got 5 episodes in, but I finally just got to the point where I was like, I don't think it was a little too vulgar for my tastes.
Okay.
Like just some of the directions they went with the characters and the different things. Some of it was funny. Some of it was because I was thinking maybe I'd like to watch this if I watched this with my teenage daughters, but I was like, this is way too adult for my teenage daughters. This is a young adult novel, but not like a teen
That's why I said
novel.
like 20s.
Yeah.
It's like a 20s because I do have to say that these young adults in Canada there is a lot of substance use. From all different, like constant in the show, which I noticed because like I haven't seen it it's like coming back. I don't know why this is a thing that's coming back, but it's a lot of substance use in the show. And so I think it's a 20-somethings melodrama for me. That's where I would put it.
Yeah. And I bet it's enjoyable. It is well written. I just didn't enjoy it that much. And so for me, it was a did not finish. I'm
Do you
with
think
the 5
that maybe
episodes,
you're not the demographic for this show?
No. I think that's a fair thing. Honestly, it should be a tribute to how well it's written that I made it through 5 episodes before. And, there's the part of me, the completest part of me where my brain itches to finish a story.
Yes.
But it's not itching that bad. And I don't have enough time to carve it out to finish this like I did for the 5-Star Weekend.
Yes.
Which, by the way, on the
So
5-Star Weekend, did you hear it was renewed for season 2 by Peacock this week?
So excited.
So, yeah. All right. That is called Sterling Point. It's on Prime Video. All of the episodes, all 8 of the episodes are available, and it is rated TVMA. All right, we're broadcasting live from Sound Sleep in Sandy. People are running out of time to take advantage of your offer, Mandy. And I know that several people have already called in and gotten on the list for that sleep screening and sleep consultation. To do that, you got to call 801-716-8672. And as a bonus, if you call during the movie show, you'll get entered into a drawing to win a Sleep Better gift basket. So we're not talking about fixing sleep apnea with a CPAP machine on your face. So if that was your concern, if you're just tuning in now and you're like, I know I've got sleep apnea, but I don't want to wear a CPAP machine. Well, Sound Sleep's got something for you that's not a CPAP.
Yeah, or you've tried a CPAP machine and it's sitting on your nightstand collecting dust and you're not wearing it at all.
Exactly.
Please come see us.
You do like your CPAP, but you hate traveling
or
with
you're
it.
Andy. Yeah.
Raise your hand if you're that person. This is really good because it's not the cheap. I tried the cheap Amazon purchase, didn't work at all. This works.
It does. And it is a medically approved device, so it is covered by most medical insurances. Like I said earlier, we do all that benefit check for you before you come in. But yeah, it's custom fit retainer. When you come in for your fitting, they fit, snug. They're not going to fall off your teeth. People are like, what if I swallow this? I'm like, you're not going to swallow this.
Yeah, there's no way you can swallow this.
There's no way you're swallowing this. But so it also acts as a retainer, so it'll keep your teeth in place as well. So super easy. We do digital scanning. It's custom to you. It's easy to adjust. If you down the road have dental work, which most people do, and you need to come in, you can bring it in. We can adjust around it as well afterwards after you've been fitted for it. So.
Well, it sounds like you've thought of all the reasons. Yeah. It's almost like you've studied what are the reasons people don't correct their sleep apnea, and then you found a way to answer all of those questions.
Stubborn. People are stubborn. They don't want to find out what they're doing.
Hey, you know what though? If you've been listening to the whole movie show and you've been thinking, I should probably do it, but you're holding up, don't hold up. It's free. You have nothing to lose.
No.
You can come in, find out you have sleep apnea, and still leave.
Yeah, and we have patients all the time that come in and say, yeah, we've been listening to you on the movie show for years. I finally decide, just give us a call and come see us.
Is it the people that call or is it their sleep partner?
Yeah.
Okay. 801-716-8672 to make that appointment. You got to call during the movie show.
12:31 at KSL News Radio. I'm Becky Bruce. Our top story this hour, one person has died after a collision involving 3 different vehicles in Lehigh. It happened around 8:30 this morning, and police had the area around Timpanogos Highway and Morning Vista Road closed for several hours to investigate. It is open now, but that cause of the crash is still under investigation. New restrictions are coming to 700 East in Salt Lake City. Here's KSL News Radio's Cameron Elliott.
If you've been driving on 700 East lately, the construction is nothing new. However, UDOT tells me that they're closing additional lanes to make sure their workers have enough room to stay safe. That means only 1 lane will be open northbound and 2 lanes southbound between 400 South and 1700 South until just about October. Once they're done, you can look forward to some new medians to stop drivers from taking illegal turns or cutting across the road, and some fresh pedestrian ramps to make the road easier to cross.
UDOT says the road wasn't in bad shape necessarily, but modernizing it now will extend its life later. Our top national story this hour from ABC News. It appears efforts to remove a Federal Reserve governor is moving forward even after the Supreme Court blocked the Trump administration from doing so. Sources tell ABC News the White House has notified Lisa Cook this week that the president is considering firing her and demanded she respond to unproven allegations of mortgage fraud. The Supreme Court ruling blocking the move was based on how much notice Cook had been given. In a statement, she says these accusations are still baseless. Your money at this moment, the Dow is up 39 points, so ever so slightly. S&P 500 and NASDAQ up also just a tiny amount. Coming up, possibly record-breaking heat today. KSL weather is next. KSL News Time, 12:33.
KSL Brightside.
All I've been watching for the last 5 minutes is just you caressing and fondling that ice cream.
With Ethan and Alex.
I'm never gonna dance again. So I just assumed it was you.
KSL Brightside. Streaming from 1 to 3 on YouTube or on the KSL News Radio app.
Well, a warranty, when you get a warranty, you kind of hope it's what they say it is. And some places say lifetime warranty, but then they go out of business and your warranty is not worth anything anymore. So it was only the life of the business, apparently, not the life of the product you got from the business. That's not the issue that you'll have with Advanced Windows. Because they make the windows themselves, first of all, when you replace your builder-grade windows with the high-efficiency windows, you'll get them installed faster than any other because there's no middleman. And you'll pay less because there's no middleman markup. And when they say lifetime warranty, they mean it. They've been in business 40 years already. They're not going anywhere.
And they're specialty windows. They're not just getting them from another workshop, cut and paste, cut and paste, cut and paste. You can actually go into their business. You can show them your crazy windows that you have in your house in the shape, and they will shape them there. They will custom color them out of the colors that they have, and then they will install them for you.
I had an issue with my solar, and the company that I had install it had gone out of business.
What?
Yeah. How great is that? And it went out in the hottest months of the year. How's that?
No.
I have not had that problem at all with Advanced Windows. They're there when I need them. They helped me when I had an issue with the flap on my doggy door. They've been great all along. $2,500 off, 10 windows or more. They'll prorate the discount if you have fewer than 10 windows, but you got to call 801-850-9100 and mention KSL.
I'm not one to say I told you so, but I switched to Pure Talk over a year ago, and ever since, I've been telling people there's no better wireless company out there. Well, a few months ago, a massive survey was conducted. 123,000 people were asked to rate their wireless carrier in 4 categories: coverage, support, data, and overall value. Well, the results are in. Guess which wireless company was the only wireless company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah. Pure Talk. 5 stars, every category. To celebrate, Pure Talk is offering the first 3 months of any plan for just $15 a month, including their top-tier unlimited plan. No contract, no commitment, just a very inexpensive way to test drive the only American wireless company with 5 stars in every category. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service will take it from there. Again, pound 250, micro. And yes, I told you so.
Hey, Mammoth fans. The 2026-27 season tickets are on sale now. Be there for every goal, every hit, and every moment of the next season. Season ticket members get the best seats, the best value, and exclusive perks all season long. Call or text 801-325-PUCK. That's 801-325-PUCK to reserve your seats today. Don't miss a moment next season. Tusk's up.
Traffic and weather together brought to you by UCCU. Auto loan rates as low as 4.74% APR. Here's Ricky Meese.
No problems on your Valley freeways, but in the South Jordan area, we do have a crash blocking traffic, causing delays. This is Redwood Road at 114th South. You can get through the intersection, but expect backups if you're traveling northbound on Redwood or westbound on 114th South approaching that intersection. UDOT construction alert. Southbound I-15 between Kaysville and Farmington will fully close Saturday from 10 p.m. until Sunday at 8:30 a.m. while crews remove overhead signs. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
Hopefully a little less smoky today, but we've got the potential to break the record high. We should top out around 103, tomorrow's high 102, 100 degrees on Sunday. Right now, it's sunny, 95 degrees. I'm Becky Bruce from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at kslnewsradio.com. We're Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
The KSL Movie Show. Telephone torture.
Telephone torture. We talked about this. This is your chance now to win tickets to a special advanced screening of the film The End of Oak Street on Monday, August 10th at 7 p.m. at Megaplex Jordan Commons in Sandy. We have 2 prizes today. So the first 2 people to send in the correct answer to our theme supernatural movie, where Val is going to give you 3 clues, and when you think you know the answer, You send it in to 57500. The End of Oak Street stars Anne Hathaway and Ewan McGregor after a mysterious cosmic event rips Oak Street from suburbia and transports their neighborhood to someplace unknown. The Platt family soon discovers that their very survival depends on them sticking together as they navigate their now unrecognizable surroundings. Film's written and directed by David Robert Mitchell, produced by J.J. Abrams, and it hits theaters and IMAX, and not coincidentally is our big movie of the week next week.
Yay!
On August 14th. Okay, Val, give them clue number 1.
Clue number 1. In this movie, a skeptical psychic unknowingly gets pulled into a case and becomes the only bridge between the living and the dead.
Oh, supernatural.
Clue number 2. A pottery wheel and a haunting a cappella tune become the unlikely soundtrack to one of the era's most quotable romantic scenes.
Good clue. Okay, that's clue number 2.
Number 3, I'm just going to say a couple things, and then hopefully you get it. I love you, and ditto.
That's got to give it away. That's got to give it away.
I was going to have you be Demi Moore and me be Patrick Swayze, but I thought that would be weird if we said it to each other, so I just did it by myself.
That's probably erring on the side of caution for a good thing. Okay, there you go. 3 clues. And let's see. I think, see, nobody even, people have learned. They do not guess after clue number 1 anymore.
I feel like I gave pretty easy clues on clue number 2 and 1.
All right, let me see if anybody has guessed not the right movie yet.
Right? That was way easy. I was really good on you guys today. I want to see you guys on Monday. It's going to be fun.
Andrea texted in and said, I can't accept the prize, but great movie choice.
Aw.
Okay, here we go. Here's a guess for The Haunted Mansion.
No.
Wrong. Dang. How about The Sixth Sense?
Close,
You're killing
but
me,
no.
Smalls.
Oh.
How about, oh wait, that's the right answer. I'm trying to find wrong answers. But everybody is guessing the right answer, which is what, Val?
Ghost.
It is Ghost, with the Righteous Brothers song that charted on the top 10 again because of its inclusion in the movie, even though it was like 20 years old at the time.
And women just hating men for
Unchained
a while
Melody,
because
remember?
Yeah, I remember. And us saying I love you, and then men just forever saying ditto, ditto.
No,
ditto,
see, the men
ditto,
are supposed to
ditto,
say, I
ditto,
know,
ditto.
because they're Han Solo,
Well, they
not
didn't.
dead Patrick
They were
Swayze.
saying ditto.
They're
Both
live
men are
Han
great.
Solos.
But I do want to say, so if you win these tickets, this is not only a movie that you get to do, there is like a big party before the movie on Monday. So you're going to get all the information. You're going to get to see me, but not Andy because he shows up way late to these things. But if you see me at the pre-party, come say hi. Give me a
I get
high
there
five.
before
We'll
the
take
movie
photos.
starts.
I know.
Most of the time.
But I'm going to try and get there for the fun. They're doing a little block party, and hopefully the block will stay there and not be taken to a supernatural
Yes,
place.
we can't promise that won't happen because
But
we
we'll
don't
have you
know.
sign some waivers.
All right. Well, we are notifying our winners right now. Congrats to everybody who entered. We love it that you participate and have fun with us on Telephone Torture, and we'll announce our winners once we get the confirmation from them. Okay. We do have a couple more series that came out. In fact, you know what? I think I'm just going to bump those to.
Should we
I'll
talk
talk
some
about
texts.
Yeah, I was trying to say I wanted to do both, but
Okay.
I'm just going to get this one out of the way really quick. Alley Cats is an animated series from Ricky Gervais that came to Netflix. It is 10 episodes, half an hour. The only way I can describe this is if you know Ted Lasso and you know the character Roy Kent, played by Brett Goldstein, it's like 4 or 5 of these cats sitting, that's a British term too, sitting on a couch, and the way that Brett Goldstein talks in Ted Lasso, all of them talk like that to each other constantly.
Roy Kent, yeah.
They make some funny observations on life, but
the language?
There are 2 words that are included in every sentence.
Oh, goodness.
One starts with an F, and the other starts with a C, and it's a really bad term in British. Every sentence. I've never heard somebody swear this much except for the time that I was at a podcast convention and Kevin Smith was the keynote speaker up on stage, and he dropped 2 swear words in every single sentence. It was almost like he couldn't not say them.
Dang.
But what it does have working for it is it is kind of funny sometimes. It's kind of sweet sometimes. And it's got Diane Morgan, who plays Philomena Kunk, if you know that British series. She plays, it's very British. You may not like it. if you don't like language, you won't even get through 5 minutes of this.
Yeah.
That is Alley Cats. It is streaming on Netflix. In fact, its movie poster can't even not have the F word on it.
Oh.
So that'll give you an idea. So that's Alley Cats. It's on Netflix. Now, our movie show question of the week, Val, was what?
I think you had a very long one.
It wasn't that long. What comedy movie are you afraid to admit you find hilarious?
Yep.
What's yours?
So you and I spoke, and I'm not really afraid to admit anything about movies, but you said, what would people maybe not think you would like?
Yeah, because you're like, there is nothing.
I'll tell you everything.
I'm not afraid to admit anything is hilarious.
Yeah. So for me, though, I don't think people would think that I liked Cocaine Bear. Like if you thought, hey, Val, what's a movie she thought was hilarious? Cocaine Bear was hilarious to me. I would watch it again. And then I just found out that there's a Cocaine Shark movie that I have not seen yet. And I love sharks, so I'm going to go see that. But I think
the chance to see a cocaine shark is just too good to pass up.
I mean, if it's as good as the
I don't
bear.
know how you missed it the first time.
I really don't know how I did either. How about you? How about you?
Okay, so I have a few, and it's part because I just hate that this is so funny to me. Like I should be above this. I should be smarter than this. This immature stuff should not make me laugh like it does. One of them is Saving Silverman, the movie that somehow incorporates Neil Diamond into a hilarious comedy with Jason Biggs and Jack Black and Steve Zahn. Now, Jack Black and Steve Zahn together in a movie. Arlie Ermey plays their football coach. I know this movie way too well. The girl who looks like Amanda Seyfried but isn't Amanda Seyfried, but her name is Amanda, and I think it's Amanda Detmer, and I always get the two actresses confused. I hate how funny it is. Oh, and Amanda Peet.
Amanda Peet, yeah. I like her.
The other one is about the same time, and it was called The New Guy, and it starred DJ Qualls, and it starred Eddie... Oh, I forgot his name. The one who was Undercover Brother.
Oh, yeah.
Eddie Griffin.
Yeah. Not Peter Griffin.
No, not Peter Griffin. But DJ Qualls plays this really nerdy guy who gets completely embarrassed at his high school, so he transfers to another high school, and because he spends the night in jail, all the prison guys are like, hey, we're going to make you cool at your new high school. So they pull him up in a prison bus, and they tell him how to act, and suddenly he becomes the coolest guy at his high school.
What?
And Eliza Dushku is at the new high school, and
how have I not seen this movie?
I'm telling you, I'm ashamed at how funny I think it is, and that I actually kind of like it. I prefer the TV edit of it personally for some of the jokes that they managed to cut out, but I'm ashamed to admit I find it hilarious. The New Guy and Saving Silverman. Also, I like Hubie Halloween, the Adam Sandler movie on Netflix that reunites him with Julie Bowen.
You do like a lot of stupid movies.
See, this is why I'm afraid to admit it, because I get judged so hard.
I'm not judging you. It's just who
that
you
was
are.
Judgy.
No,
that was judgy.
Be one with yourself.
Well, here's what some of our listeners have said. Blake Edwards, 1978, Revenge of the Pink Panther, the Hong Kong car chase for the ages.
Oh, yes.
Let's see. Not Afraid to Admit It, Blazing Saddles.
Oh, man.
Strange Brew, always funny. I feel guilty watching Ted and Ted 2, but they're just hilarious. All right, that might be on my list also. Rocket Man. Oh, that's that one where Charles, what's his name, Williams or somebody goes into space.
Not the Elton John movie.
John, yeah. Let's see. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
That's a good one.
Dan says Something About Mary.
Yeah.
Land of the Lost.
Oh.
I think that's the Will Ferrell one.
Yeah.
Get Shorty from Kristen.
That's good.
Undercover Brother. Ben, good call. I like that one. Here's a vote for The Wedding Singer. Dumb and Dumber.
My husband loves that movie.
This isn't necessary when I'm afraid to admit that, but I love The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
I love that movie. It's so good.
Major Pain from Mike.
Oh, goodness.
That's the
I haven't
Damon
thought
Wayans
about that
one.
forever.
No, is that Damon Wayans or is that Steve Martin? No, Steve Martin's Sergeant Bilko.
Yeah.
Major Pain is Damon Wayans.
About that forever.
Caveman with Ringo Starr from Bryce.
I have no idea.
Oh, that one, I remember that from when I was like 7 years old. The Big Lebowski.
It's my husband's favorite movie of all time.
So he's not ashamed to admit that one.
He's like me. We don't care.
Andrea says, don't mess with the Zohan. The Gods Must Be Crazy. Got a vote. Jingle All the Way. Wow, we're not getting repeats. Everybody has their own
This is
secret.
Awesome.
Airplane. So stupid, but yet so funny. Let's see. Gregory says, I can't think of one. If it's really hilarious, I love it and admit it.
See? High five.
Greg's not afraid. Here's a vote for Old School.
That's a good one.
I didn't think that one was very funny. Rat Race from Steven.
I haven't seen that forever.
Another vote for Something About Mary. A vote for Mad, 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 Mad World. Ninja Turtles. This listener says, I was too old but still laughing when I see it. Or I'm too old but I still laugh when I see it. Here's a vote for South Park. Bigger, longer, uncut. Except I'm not afraid to admit it. Duck Soup by the Marx Brothers. Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Nice.
Let's see. Used Cars.
What is that?
I don't know.
I'm going to have to make some lists here. Thanks, everybody.
Brianna says Fun with Dick and Jane with Jim Carrey. Okay. These are great suggestions. And Napoleon Dynamite. The Pee-wee movies.
Oh, my gosh. They're so great.
Let's see. Ishtar. And I'm not afraid to admit it. It was completely torpedoed by critics who were offended at the cost of a mere comedy. It is clever, sly, and hilarious.
Alex says Robin Hood Men in Tights.
I see. I'm not afraid to admit that one. I like that one.
Heavyweights. What's that? I have no idea.
Oh, yeah. That's one that wouldn't get made anymore. Keenan Mitchell.
Okay. I'll have to look it up.
Keenan Thompson from Saturday Night Live. Okay. It was when he was a kid.
It's about
kids at a fat camp.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's not the kind of movie they make anymore.
No.
All right. Well, thanks for everybody for sending those in. Still to come on the movie show, we've got Rapid Fire. There are a few things we didn't get a chance to see that we'll at least tell you about. Congrats to our telephone torture winner, Clint, and our other winner, Mike. We'll see you guys on Monday at the end of Oak Street. And thanks for everybody for playing. All right, it's our final chance to check in with Mandy from Sound Sleep here at the Sandy location, one of your 5 locations, including Clearfield, Murray, here in Sandy, Provo, and St. George. What we want is we want people to correct their sleep apnea. We need them to find out if they have it, which they probably do, but how severe is it? And then let them find out what it feels like to get a night's sleep the way your body's designed.
Yeah. We've got, when I see all of our patients, all the patients that come in for follow-ups, for their 2-week follow-ups or follow-up sleep tests, and so many people that come in, we have a little form that we have them fill out of how the first 2 weeks went. And they'll talk about, I'll say, are you dreaming more? Well, yeah. Is that a good thing? And yeah, you're getting into that deeper restful sleep and waking up less throughout the night. So patients do those first couple of weeks, see a huge change in their sleep.
And if you sleep with a smartwatch on, you can see the difference. You can just compare what your watch is reading.
Yeah.
You're hitting that blue level that it wants to get down to.
Exactly.
And for longer periods.
Or wake up and see if your wife is happy because she got sleep too.
My wife thought I was dead the first night.
I know. I have
because
patients
I
that tell me
didn't turn
that
over
all the
once.
time. Yeah. Patients tell me that all the time. And I had a patient, I may have mentioned this last time you guys were here, but had a patient that we did his 2-week follow-up, and he says, Mandy, I've lost 5 pounds in the first 2 weeks.
Boy, that's
he's
something we
sleeping
haven't
so much
talked
better.
about.
Yeah.
How much the lack of sleep has an effect on your appetite.
And
you
your metabolism.
Get hungry
Yeah.
all day long.
Yeah. Because you're trying to stay awake. Yeah.
And then you eat, and then you want to fall asleep again.
Exactly.
And it becomes this vicious cycle. So then
Yeah.
you have to drink a bunch of caffeine, or you hit the 5-hour energy drinks, and now you're even more messed up. So that when you do try to lay down, we got to get this fixed. Let's break this cycle. Sound Sleep's got a free sleep screening and a free sleep consultation. You got 10 minutes left.
Call us.
So what number do they got to call?
They need to call 801-716-8672 or go to soundsleepmedical.com, and you will be entered into a drawing for that Sleep Better gift basket, which is the Purple Pillow, Minky Throw, and Amazon gift card.
All right, Mandy, thanks for having the movie show here today.
Thank you, guys. It's so fun to have you guys here.
801-716-8672.
Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS4KIDS to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to cars4kids.org now or call 877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for autopay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
At University of Maryland Global Campus, we know you're no stranger to setting big goals, whether in school, at work, or in life, and you're ready for more. At UMGC, we offer the skills-based education you need to move your career forward. Learn how to apply AI, data science, and other emerging tech, plus gain skills in leadership and critical thinking. You've come far. Succeed again. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start August 12th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Any Hour Services can make sure your AC keeps you cool this summer. Whether you need a tune-up, repair, or just a second opinion about replacing it, call Any Hour Services or visit anyhourservices.com.
The Movie Show.
Truly, you have a dizzying intellect.
Wait till I get going. On KSL News Radio.
All right, final segment of the movie show. We've had a great time today reading your texts about some great comedies that you hate to admit. So I Married an Axe Murderer, Encino Man.
Love both of those.
Tommy Boy, Team America, World Police. I can't remember if Doug hated or liked that one. It was one of those ones where it either didn't surprise me or it surprised me completely. I can't remember, but Porky's.
Oh, yeah. Goodness.
I'm with you. I won't even read off your name because I'm sure that you're ashamed to admit that or afraid to admit how funny you thought it was. But yeah, super bad. I could imagine that. All right. Final segment. We talk about the movies and shows we didn't get a chance to watch, but at least wanted to let you know they're out there. First is a horror movie that it was so freaky, the trailer, that Gustavo didn't even want to pull sound from it. The Ice Cream Man, which is from Eli Roth, the horror guy.
And I want to tell you, because I wasn't sure if I should watch this. You and I are not horror film people, and our friend Tracy watched it before we did. And he texted me and he said, Ice Cream Man is the worst film of the year by far and full of bad AI slop. So I was like, okay, don't need to watch that then.
I feel like I watched it when I saw Soundgarden's Black Hole Sun video 30 years ago. At least from what I little clip I saw in the trailer. All right, so that is Ice Cream Man. It is horror, but it's not our cup of tea. But somebody who did watch it did not like it.
And he loves horror.
So, okay. Yeah. Number 2, this was one we'd hoped to catch, but we didn't get a chance to, The Samurai and the Prisoner.
If I watch it this weekend, then maybe we can talk about it next week, because it sounds really, really cool.
It is from Akira Kurosawa's son or grandson. I think it's his grandson. Yeah. And that's the one I thought when you said that he thought it was the dumbest movie of the year. When you texted me, I was afraid that was the one you were talking about. I was like, no, it sounded so good. And then we have The Last House on Netflix.
And I didn't get a chance to see that one either. There was so much this week to watch.
Yeah, for a week where nobody really seemed to care in Netflix to put out anything good.
Yeah.
The Last House was one that stars Greta Lee. That's the reason I wanted to watch it.
Yeah, and it's a family of 4 hoping to escape city life, relocates to a remote countryside home, only to find themselves inexplicably sealed inside with no way out.
And there's something stalking them. Wagner Moura, the guy nominated for the Oscar from Brazil from last year for The Secret Agent, he plays the husband. Greta Lee plays the wife. And that's unfortunately all we know about it because we did not get a chance to watch it. But that is available on Netflix. Then we had a documentary on Netflix called Big Chicken, A Fast Food Conspiracy.
Now, a little while back, there was a guy that went out there and ate just like cheeseburgers for like a year or something like that. And obviously that didn't work out, but this is a comedian, Mo Gilligan, and he went for 28 days straight eating only fried chicken. Now, he is from the United Kingdom, where a lot of the United States fast food franchises are kind of taking over, and it is a lot of the fried chicken. So he came here to the United States and went to the Deep South and tried all of the chicken that he could, and for 28 days straight, he ate it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He did go see a doctor beforehand to see where his health was. He also could not go to the gym during this time. He had to just eat this chicken and live his life.
See, I don't think that's a true experiment. Because nobody would ever do that. Nobody, unless you're doing a documentary. I mean, if the idea
there would
is
be a
to
small
show,
percentage of people that would do that for sure.
I don't think they would.
Yeah.
Not voluntarily.
No,
Not
but just like living their life that way.
No, I don't. That's what I say. I
Yeah.
don't think you would accidentally do that. I think that a better one would be if they ate it for lunch and dinner every day.
Mm-hmm.
Then, or just dinner every night. That would be the best
Yeah.
representation to see what effect it has on people.
Well, he's a comedian, so you get a lot of that during the show. He goes through history of these dishes, so I did get to learn about where a lot of these dishes came from. And then he also is going through a cultural stereotype as well, being
Yes.
a black man who is eating fried chicken. So you do get more than just the chicken eating. And it made me really hungry because it went through all of these places that I've never gone to before and showing you all the sauces and all the crunches and everything. So don't watch this on an empty stomach.
Well, that's or you'll end up doing what he did and eating
Yeah.
it for every meal so you can
Yeah.
get caught up. Okay, that was Big Chicken, a fast food conspiracy on Netflix. Also on Netflix, a series called My Life with the Walter Boys. It got a season 3. Honestly, Sterling Point had some vibes with My Life with the Walter Boys. My Life with the Walter Boys, though, much more aimed at teenagers.
Family friendly.
Yeah, and it's got a 3rd season. A girl from New York's parents die. She goes to live with some relatives out in Colorado. Oh no, it's so bad. You know, she should be back in New York with her fashion designing instead of living on a Colorado farm. If only there weren't these 2 hunky brothers that she had
Right?
to choose between. Yeah. So that is My Life with the Walter Boys. And that is...
We didn't do Futurama.
Oh my gosh, how did I forget? Season 11 of Futurama, 2 episodes available. If you love it, watch it. It's
too
still
shiny
good.
and clean.
It's
The
too-
new.
Oh, you
it's
don't
too
like this,
shiny.
the CG? Oh, wow.
It's too cleaned up.
All right, next week, we're going to tell you about the end of Oak Street, Anne Hathaway.
KSL Salt Lake City.
From the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios, this is KSL News Radio.
Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
1 o'clock at KSL News Radio. I'm Becky Bruce. KSL's top story this hour is breaking news. There's been some kind of incident involving an aircraft on the Widemouth 2 fire today burning near Kanosh. No specifics available just yet, though listeners in the area shared photos of a smoke plume. The National Transportation Safety Board confirmed they are aware of these reports, but because of the remote location, tell us it could be some time before they can say more about it or confirm exactly what happened. Our top national story this hour from ABC News. Health experts say it looks like cyclospora cases are finally going down after reaching 22,000 cases nationwide. Michigan today announced it's lifting some warnings for the sale and use of lettuce. The Eagle Mountain City Council has approved a 183% property tax increase this week, marking the city's first property tax increase in over 15 years. Utah Taxpayers Association President Billy Hesterman says it's likely so steep because it's been so long and the city needs to catch up with rising costs.
A lot of entities, they run into this problem that they don't want to have this meeting where they have to face their residents and say, we actually need a little bit more. But they should get in the practice of doing it, every 5 to 7 years so that they don't end up with this huge increase on a one-time deal.
Hesterman says residents can weigh in at upcoming Truth in Taxation meetings. Your money at this moment, the Dow, S&P 500, and NASDAQ are all in positive territory, but just barely, so it's essentially flat. Coming up, we have an extreme heat warning in place. KSL weather is next. KSL News Time 101.
A reminder about the simplest way to get updated for your day.
Hit your KSL preset when you jump in the car, and we'll take care of the rest.
Hear key news updates and traffic reports.
Andy and Amanda from 5 to 9 in your car.
KSL News Radio at 102.7 FM.
Sleep Number's new collections are designed to adapt to the changing nature of your life and your sleep needs. Whether it's the personalized comfort of the Comfort Mode mattress, the targeted pressure relief of the Comfort Next mattress, or the Climate Collection that actively cools or warms to help you fall asleep and stay asleep.
And now, get early access to our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on the new Comfort Next Luxe for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
Doug.
Hot dog! Get your hot dog! Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct. To the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at LibertyMutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Traffic and weather together brought to you by UCCU. You deserve to love where you bank. Here's Ricky Meese.
Back to a quiet drive on your Valley freeways. If you are in the South Jordan area, it's the final cleanup of a crash. Redwood Road, 114th South, but it's been moved to the shoulder. All lanes at the intersection are now open. The Good Feet store, supporting you with comfort no matter what the day brings. Find the location nearest you at goodfeet.com. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
We could break a record for the high today if we reach the forecast of 103 degrees. It'll stay hot Saturday and Sunday highs, both days at or above 100, lows each night above 75 degrees. Right now, you got sunny skies, 98 degrees in Salt Lake City. I'm Becky Bruce from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at kslnewsradio.com. We're Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan Millard.
Now we've got houses, kids, responsibilities.
And Alex Keary.
Yeah, we're all grown up. We have pre-diabetes, lower back pain.
This is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
All right, welcome to KSL News Radio, specifically KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millard. Got Alex Keary here with me. You ready to do this, Alex? It's Friday.
Oh, yeah, man.
It's Friday. We made it.
Tons going on. Of course, we've got our call right off the top of the show here for your first world problems on a Friday. Friday first world problems. I saw one right off the bat here, Ethan, that somebody sent me, which was 4-car garage, 3 cars.
What? Get on that, dude.
I know. And then the other thing about that was they were like, I forget which one on the car that I'm supposed to press. So I'm pressing the wrong garage door to open all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, that's
impressive.
a pretty intense first world problem.
An impressive first world
4-car
problem.
garage, 3 cars. You know what though? Show us what you're made of. Buy a new car. I dare you. Get a new car, put it in that 4-car garage. Okay?
So if you don't know what a first world problem is, it is those problems that drive us crazy. They really impact our lives. But we would be embarrassed to have to explain them to our pioneer forefathers.
Yeah.
We would be embarrassed.
Another example.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love the food at our new country club.
That's good. Very well done. All right, send those into 57500. At the end of the program today, we're gonna walk through those, and it's gonna be fun. It always is a ton of fun. But first, though, we're gonna talk some movies that stink.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Here we go.
You'll never get that time back. Or the $50 you spent on theater popcorn. It's time for movies that stink.
And my understanding is we've got Andy Farnsworth.
Hey, look at him. There he is.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Man himself.
Andy?
Well, I just needed to. I had some strong feelings about a movie, so I had to come on today to tell you.
Well,
about
I was listening to the tail end of you guys' show, and the sounder by the end of the show starts playing, and you guys are like, "Oh, we didn't get to talk about that thing."
You guys got played off. You weren't ready.
I said, you know what? You know what? They could talk about it right there. But I know that you were talking about some of the new series coming out. I'm a Futurama guy.
Yes.
And so the brand new
series.
series.
Val was saying she thinks that the animation's too clean now. It doesn't have that same feel it did when it was on Fox in 1999.
Well, if you go back and look at the old Simpsons episodes, you'll kind of get the same thing where you just see the progression of where it's gotten, and you kind of go, I get it. I'm here for the characters. I'm here for Bender. That's
yeah. If you watch season 1 of King of the Hill and the new season of King of the Hill, they're completely different looking.
Yeah,
for sure.
So if it's the same old writers and if it's the same kind of vibe that you get off of the old series, then I'm totally cool with it.
So Andy, what is it that you were so desperate to talk about?
Okay, so this movie was opening in too many theaters for me to just ignore it, and I do like a comedy that makes me laugh. So I figured I'd give this one a chance because I hadn't seen.
It's the Odyssey.
Yes, how did you
give
know?
it a chance?
No, it's called Super Troopers 3.
Oh, come on!
Now, have either of you seen Super Troopers 1 or 2?
I've seen Super Troopers 1 for sure. And then do you
that
remember
came out
it was
in 2001?
I know it was a bigger
25
deal.
years ago.
I know this is my. Like, honestly, this was college age me watching Super Troopers, and it was a cult classic. The thing is like, to get number 2 made, do you remember? It was such an ordeal.
Yeah, they crowdfunded it.
Yes, and it became such a huge deal because these guys who make these movies, they are people, they have a following, but the thing is they're not as mainstream as you think. So Super Troopers 3 did not get the same type of pub, I feel like, that Super Troopers 2 did. Because
they didn't screen it for critics, and I learned why quickly. I bought my own ticket. Okay. And I went to see it yesterday. And I'm going to say this up at the front. There were parts that made me laugh. There were. However, and this is the part I got to explain.
Okay.
This would have been funny 25 years ago if the guys from 25 years ago were doing this today. Not the same guys who are now 25 years older doing it today. Does that make it? I don't know if that makes sense. But they were too old to be making this immature of jokes.
Oh, I see.
It became visually distracting. That you got that high school guy who literally never grew up from high school and makes the same jokes.
Yeah,
and
we're doing
dresses
a radio
the same.
show. Yeah, we know who we are. Yeah,
we're doing it right now, Andy.
Okay, well, that's what you have here for Super Troopers 3. So here's the plot for people who aren't familiar with it. It's the Vermont Highway Patrol. It's like kind of a mixture of Reno 911 and Police Academy, except mix it in with the vulgar level of like Ted or something like that.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
And with the language of, I don't know, an army boot camp or, a prison. But, like, there is no gross joke they won't make. There's no word they won't say.
Yeah.
There's no
which is what I feel like
they won't violate.
Right. The intense Super Trooper fan, I think, already goes in understanding those things.
No, the intense Super Trooper fan will love it. It is right up the alley. In fact, the plot of this one is that let me see. I didn't know all the characters' names, so I had to have it pulled up here. So Thorny, the J. Chandrasekhar, who wrote the movie, and he's written all 3.
Mm-hmm.
His sister, who's played by Hannah Simone, who was on New Girl. She was the exotic girl that Schmitty
the
dates.
girlfriend. She was the girlfriend of
Yeah. So she plays his sister, and her life gets saved by Farva, who's Kevin Heffernan. He's the most obnoxious of all of them.
He's the butt of most of the jokes.
Yes. So she falls in love with him, and now they're going to get married, and Thorny cannot have this happen. So he's going to do everything he can. His parents come to town. He's going to prove how racist Farva is and how completely unsuitable for marriage he is. And there's every gross joke you can get to. And stupidly, some of them made me laugh. I'm not going to lie. But it was so, I can't tell you the last time I watched a movie that felt like it was written by 16-year-olds.
So are you saying we should just skip it? Is this the movie we should skip?
I'm saying unless you are the largest Super Trooper fan out there, you should skip it.
All right. So when you have to buy your own ticket, does KSL reimburse you for that?
I don't ask them to.
What?
Yeah, because they go, "What was this?" And you send it all the way up the food chain, and you go, "It's for Super Troopers 3. You get it."
Yeah, it goes all the way to the top. It goes all the way to.
It goes all the way to the top.
It goes all the way over to State Street.
That's what I was gonna say. It goes across the street here, and then you go, "Anyway, will you pay for my ticket to Super Trooper 3?"
Andy, this is KSL. Don't try and save the money by taking on business expenses.
And then I love how he does it too. He goes, Hey, I saw Super Troopers 3. It was on my own dime. I'm so sorry that I had to go watch it. This is terrible.
But it's like the reverse of when you pay for your own college education, and so you take all your classes like really seriously because you understand that you've got skin in the game. This is one where I was like, I paid for this, so I better watch the whole thing. And also, I paid for this, so I'm not going to waste my money on this. And then at least I knew it would give me some stuff to talk to you guys about.
Well, here we are.
It did, yeah.
Yeah.
It did for sure.
Okay.
What else is out there? What are people loving?
You could tell stuff that stinks, but you could also tell me the ones that I could watch in place of it that are good.
Well, it is actually because of this that we had, what comedy movie are you afraid to admit what you find hilarious? That was our movie show question of the week. And I was really hoping
Super Troopers
to hear.
3.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for me.
You haven't seen it yet.
I'm just assuming it's going to be.
But what is one? I know you guys have one. I know you have one,
see.
especially Alex.
Yeah,
the one you
I've
hate
got-
to admit to people that you think is hilarious.
Well, I needed probably some extra time to think about it because I have a lot of these, I feel like. Yeah, I don't know. Like, is it you're afraid to admit it because it's like it's a little bit raunchy or something, or what?
No, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is.
I'll tell you what.
Because it's cheesy. I will say the entire Austin Powers series. When you go back and watch them, you're like, oh shoot. Like when your kids are watching them with you, and you're like, forget about that. They're not.
What's something else?
You can't watch the Austin Powers with your kids unless you show them the Sean Connery James Bonds first, because then they'll see that this, first of all, is actually funny.
Right.
But some of the jokes still don't land 30 years later.
Right. So Emily and I actually have the same one, and when it comes on TV or when it pops up,
You have to watch it.
We always stop and watch it, and it is a guilty pleasure of ours, and it's Step Brothers.
Oh yeah. No, that's a great example.
That's fair.
Emily
That's
cannot
fair.
get enough of that movie. She cannot get enough.
And you know what's funny is that if you were sitting around at that's a great example, because if you're sitting around at a family thing, they'd be like, have you ever seen Step Brothers? And you guys would both be like, Step Brothers. Is that
tell
how you
me
say
about
it?
it.
I've never heard of it. Yeah. So that's
I mostly watch documentaries.
that's the litmus test, is if you have to pretend like you've never heard of it in front of family members.
Does it come on PBS after 7 p.m.?
Sorry. I guess. Sorry. Is that streaming on Apple? Does it come on after Shrinking? I don't know which one you're talking about. What you're referring
Yeah,
to.
for me,
French with subtitles. I think I
do you remember the New Guy from back in the early 2000s? Where the kid goes to high school, he gets embarrassed, so he transfers to a high school, and the prisoners drop him off at the school, and now he's like the stud of the school.
No, but I feel like this is very much an Andy Farnsworth deal, like the deepest of deepest cuts, and everyone's like, huh? What are you talking about?
It's not that deep of a cut. Eliza Dushku's in it. Other dudes.
You can't say that on the radio, by the way.
Other actors.
Other actors are in it. Oh, here's another one. 16 Candles. Like, I still can't get enough of that show.
Oh my gosh!
But again,
I saw that. So that was I watched about 10 minutes of that the other day, and basically everyone in that movie would be on the sex offender registry.
I know.
I mean, it is a
like,
parade
and you go. I
of-
can't believe that we were like, okay. And by the way, rated PG. It was.
Yeah. Well, Airplane was technically rated PG.
I know, but that's the thing, is we get so caught up in, because it took us a minute to get to PG-13. And so there were some movies that weren't to the level of rated R back in the day. And what's funny is now the rating systems, you tell me, Andy, like, we don't treat them,
I did a special last week.
we don't treat them the same way, right? Like we treat them totally differently, like than what they used to be treated as. Because
it was
TVMA,
meant to be a
is like
sliding
the new
scale.
thing.
It was always supposed to be a sliding scale. It was never supposed to be that PG-13 means the same today as it did in 1984. It was supposed to be whatever the current social mores were. So it's something that parents ought to remember when if they're just deciding by ratings. It was never meant to be the same as the way you remembered it. It was supposed to be like, oh, we're cool with this now, so this isn't rated R anymore.
Yeah, I think that the ratings have gotten interesting because we've also just basically gone, the worst stuff that you can watch is on Netflix, Amazon Prime, and it's all just TVMA. And so the rating system now kind of gets thrown out because they're like, oh, well, rated R compared to the TVMA that you're getting on there, no one's talking about that. It's just streaming, and it's parental guidance suggested or whatever. So there you go.
Well, I mean, I remember watching Lethal Weapon on TV, like the TV edit when I was a teenager, and then the scene where Mel Gibson's getting shocked with the battery. My dad made us turn it off and record over what we had already recorded. So it doesn't, you got to decide. You got to decide what is okay for you guys, and then the rating can just kind of give you a guidepost. But
let's talk more about that, Andy. Where else were some traumas in your childhood? Some movie traumas.
Well, I'll tell you.
Everybody's got that. I love the idea of recording. Nobody who's listening right now, there's some people who are like, what are you talking about? Recording over what? What are you talking about?
We're talking VHS here.
Oh, yeah.
tapes, baby.
We had the Super Bowl 20 and Mr. Mom were on the same VHS tape. And so I had to be very careful because you didn't want to record over either of those things because I wanted to see Refrigerator Perry get a touchdown in Super Bowl 20, but I also wanted to see Michael Keaton and Mr. Mom. But more importantly, it is now, if you have a VHS player, go back and watch those just for the commercials that we used to have.
For sure.
On TV,
for sure.
the stuff
In
that
fact,
we used to buy.
But you used to clip the credits so you could fit more on the videotape.
Oh, yeah.
For the longest time, Return of the Jedi ends with the Ewoks singing and immediately leads into Jonathan Brisby was killed today while helping with the plan. From Secret of NIMH that was on the tape right after.
I know. That's the thing is I can always remember those weird transitions. Yeah, they would have him be like, they'd be like, and now the Dukes of Hazzard Big Wheel. Like the advertisements of stuff that we used to get.
You can go down the rabbit hole on YouTube watching old ads.
Oh, and they're just as entertaining as the TV shows, if not more.
Yeah, so it's a fun time warp.
Andy Farnsworth, he's a fun time warp. If you get caught with him, you'll talk about all this stuff all day. So we appreciate it. Of course, he and Val do an awesome job.
Was
on the
that a
movie show every
compliment
week.
or an insult?
Both.
You know how it is from us. It's all of the above. So because we're all fit in the same category. All right, Andy, we appreciate it. We'll talk to you again next week, man.
Thanks, guys.
There you go. Andy Farnsworth, everybody. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We've got our three things. Of course, we put it on hold for one segment every Friday, and we get right to it. So stay right here with us. More to go. It's KSL Brightside.
Hi, I'm Maria Shilaos, host of the KSL News Daily podcast, where you'll get a deep dive on a story important to you and the three things you need to know each weekday morning. Follow the KSL News Daily today, wherever you get your podcasts.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Hi, this is Doug Wright. I'm here with Monty from Connecticut Quality Water Systems of Salt Lake, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. And I was thinking the other day, Monty, that every water softener I've ever seen has a giant tank that holds bags and bags of water softener salt. Well, except one, the one I have in my home. And I picture this, my Connecticut has the little salt tank about the size of a paper shredder or a small trash can.
Well, Doug, that's because the Connecticut water softeners use so much less salt, an average of 70% less than other water softeners. So you don't need a tank that holds 6 or 8 bags of salt.
I love the fact that it's so easy to fill because I don't have to lift those bags up so high, and it seems like those bags of salt, well, they're getting heavier every year.
Yes, it does. When you're using 1 bag of salt for every 3 a regular water softener uses, there's no need for a large salt tank.
Tired of lifting those heavy salt bags to fill your giant water softener salt tank? Go to softwaterutah.com. That's softwaterutah.com.
Any Hour Services can help unclog any drain in your house, whether you have a backup, a clog, or a slow drain you want fixed. Call Any Hour Services or visit anyhourservices.com.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex. Turn your afternoon around on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back. This is KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millard here with Alex Curie, and we're taking your first world problems at 57500. Here's a first world problem. My power is out and my bidet does not work. So there's one that came in at 57500. We're collecting all of these, and we're going to do a whole segment on them at the end of the program today. So bring those in for us at 57500. But first, we need to do our three things that you need to know.
Let's jump in here because I have them right in front of me here. Actually, Dave, do you have those? You have the 3 things? Let's get right to it. Let's jump in.
Your top trending stories happening right now. KSL Brightside's The 3 Things.
So, a big milestone for energy in the state of Utah. In May, this is a quiz for you, Alex. In May, of all the different ways that we have to produce electricity, do you know which one produced the most electricity in Utah in May of this year?
Well, I feel like because we wouldn't do a story on coal. Wind?
No.
The turbines.
Actually, no.
Let's go.
Wind did the worst.
Oh, really?
Wind contributed 2%. Solar was the winner. Solar contributed 33% of the power generated in Utah in May. Natural gas was 32%. Coal fell to 28%.
Are we going to get, you know what? You should have not brought this story up. You know why?
Why?
Are we going to get more dude bros showing up at my doorstep and going, 33% of all Utah power is produced by solar?
Oh, you're about to be repeating that in your sleep.
Hey, I noticed you had a south-facing big part of your roof there.
And, looks like pretty strong house.
I've been helping out the Johnsons over here. No, you haven't. I think it's a different kind of. So are we talking about like
an install at Bob's?
Oh my gosh. So my question is do we have big solar farms around?
We do now. Yeah.
Where?
They are. Well, there's a big one that went out in Skull Valley. Skull Valley, just east, west of Tooele. I think that's what the name of the next valley over, where Yosepa is, north of Yosepa. Big one there that's relatively new. There's several that have been put in over the last number of years. But
disappointed no one brought up Yosepa as one of the prettiest towns in Utah. By the way, this week when we did that,
no one brought up Yosepa as one of the prettiest towns. Mm-hmm. Number one, because there's no more town there.
Oh, ghost town.
And number two, once you get there, you'll know why
it's
no one
not
lives
on the
there
list
anymore.
Yeah.
So it's a harsh place. But this is the first time in Utah that solar has been the predominant source of electricity. Wind was only 2% of the electric generation in the state of Utah in May, which is good. You know why?
Why?
Because it causes cancer.
Wind?
Yeah, those big windmills that cause cancer.
Oh, I thought you meant just the wind itself.
Look, I don't know if it's true. I've heard this. Some very smart people have told me.
Ethan, do you have some market share in some share? Have you not disclosed some of the buying that you've been doing on the
Alex,
stock market? Where you're like, obviously, wind causes cancer.
People are talking. There's some very smart people. They've said to me, sir, these turbines cause cancer, and I don't know if is it true. I don't know if it's true. I don't know. But apparently,
I said. Here's the thing: is that wind is just one of those that the wind turbines are one of those things that you look at and you go, you know what, man, those things are huge and they're spinning big time today. And man, we're all getting a bunch of power here.
There's not very many.
But we send a lot of it to other places.
We send a lot of Utah
some of those are
to other places.
Some of that is sent by. Some of that is already been. When it gets built here and they're all, oh, that's awesome up Spanish Fork Canyon. Look at all those wind turbines. They go, yeah, we send it straight back down the freeway to California.
We kind of send everything out of state. That's our thing. So that was interesting news, though. Interesting news. So we'll see if that market share continues to grow. Second thing today, pretty bad unemployment numbers, pretty bad employment report. Payroll decline of 23,000. Doesn't look good, but analysts say that some of this is seasonal and could get revised away. You've also got, though, now a record low participation rate. So the participation rate in the labor market has fallen to 61.4%. That's a 50-year low, not including COVID. In COVID, it was lower than that, special circumstances. So 61% labor force participation is a 50-year low. That's a problem. You want people participating more in the labor market, or at least looking. And the market seemed to have been encouraged by the poor labor report because the hope is that with the bad labor report, then we won't see interest rate hikes. And so the stock market was heartened because the stock market struggles in an interest increasing rate environment.
You money people, I don't understand your weird stuff.
Our weird ways.
Oh, terrible job report today. Stock market went through the roof. Like,
it's weird, isn't it? It's counterintuitive, but that's the way it is. But some analysts are saying, hey, not so fast. A lot of what's happening right now with this job report reflects what's happening with immigration. And so we're just going to have to kind of wait and see how things really shake out because so many immigrants have been deleted from the workforce that it's not clear how these numbers are going to look through the rest of the year. So, I would love to still see, I don't know. I'm split. Part of me would like to see a rate increase just for inflation's sake, Part of me doesn't want to see a rate increase for the market's sake, but
right, yeah,
anyway,
trade-off. It's a trade-off.
Anyway, and then finally, Alex.
Yeah.
The very last thing in our three things, and this is probably the most important news story today, but Richmond, Indiana is home to a baseball team that now includes owners John Heder, John Grease, and Efren Ramirez, also known as Napoleon Dynamite, Uncle Rico, and Pedro. Those three teamed together.
They own a baseball team?
They became part owners of the Richmond, Indiana Flying Mummies.
I thought maybe there was going to be some kind of a nod to Napoleon Dynamite on the team name. If they own it, do you think they could change the name of the team and feel pretty good about it?
I think at this point they can't. How could they do better than Flying Mummies?
Flying Mummies is pretty darn cool.
You know how they got this? So they have a big famous mummy exhibit and also like a big famous...
It's not big or famous, Ethan, because we've never heard of it.
Yeah, but in fairness, there's a lot we haven't heard of.
Well, the Richmond, Indiana, if you were to give me a true or false, or if you were to give me like a multiple choice, Richmond, Indiana would come up last as some place who had a quote-unquote world-renowned, huge, amazing mummy exhibit. But Flying Mummies is pretty cool. But I think like the Fighting Uncle Ricos would be pretty darn cool too, though, right?
The Fighting Uncle Ricos?
Yeah.
That would be not bad. So the name honors the city's local Egyptian mummies.
Of course.
Which you can go see. And also the Wright brothers were kids there. They lived in Richmond, Indiana.
We love talking
as
about
children.
Yeah, we love talking, but not born there.
I don't know.
Spent like a day and a half there. I can't remember. There's kind of a battle. We were up in Rigby, Idaho, for a baseball tournament. I think a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And we drove by Philo T. Farnsworth Elementary School, and they were like, "Look," and my kids were like, "Look at that weird name." And I go, "Yeah, you know who that guy is? That's the guy who invented TV. Like this community. Would you have thought Philo T. Farnsworth? Would you have thought TV was invented by a guy who was from here?" And I wasn't trying to be mean, but I was trying to say like.
But they took it the wrong way? They took it the wrong way?
No, I was saying it to my kids. They don't care. Right. They were ready to be whatever. But then somebody was like, well, yeah, but he's also Utah. And I was like, I guess he did technically live in Salt Lake for a minute. And this is where we start to go. Utah will start claiming that they invented the TV, and then Idaho gets in there.
So this is where Utah made a strategic historical mistake when we changed up the statues in Statuary Hall in Washington, D.C. We should have claimed Philo T. Farnsworth.
Then Idaho would have had no claim because we got the statue.
We got the statue.
Yeah.
And, I mean, is there a bigger invention than TV?
This is what I was saying. I go, maybe the most important thing that's ever been invented. And
But we had a chance to put up a statue, and we pretended like Philo T. Farnsworth
What did we put up?
Never existed and never lived in Utah.
What did we put up?
I don't know what's there now, but I just remember
what's
thinking
it called?
we needed
the Hall
Philo
of Statues?
Yeah, the Statuary Hall in Washington, D.C. Take us to break.
All right. We'll take a break. When we come back, I'll have what Utah actually has up still at the Statuary Hall. Is that what you call it?
Close.
Statuary Hall? Anyway, we're going to come back and talk about it next right here. It's KSL Brightside.
1:30 at KSL News Radio. I'm Reagan Edelman. KSL's top local story this hour. And it's breaking news. We're hearing about a new wildfire start in Summit County burning near Echo Reservoir. Fire officials say it's the West Echo fire and forward progression has been stopped. It's currently at about 10 acres and crews are responding. We'll continue to bring you the latest. And we're still awaiting word on exactly what happened involving an aircraft at the Widemouth 2 fire near Kanosh. Listeners sent us photos that appear to show a smoke plume, but nothing specific is confirmed, other than that the National Transportation Safety Board is aware of the situation. Our top national story this hour from ABC News. New details today about last weekend's deadly shooting at an In-N-Out in Twin Falls.
There were heroes in Twin Falls last Saturday, according to the police chief, and they saved lives by taking on the gunman. Among them, a former police officer who approached the shooter and an off-duty Idaho State trooper who happened to be eating at the restaurant. Why the mass shooting was carried out, Chief Matthew Hicks says they just don't know.
At this time, there is still no known motive for this attack.
He says some of the victims were shot in and around the In-N-Out restaurant. Others were at a Tesla charging station, and another was outside of the Twin Falls Visitors Center. Alex Stone, ABC News.
Your money at this moment. The Dow is up 179 points, the S&P is up 42 points, and the NASDAQ is up 305 points. Coming up, an extreme heat warning is in place and the potential for a record high. KSL weather is next. KSL News Time 1:32.
The sources where we get our news matters.
When you listen to Utah's Morning News, we want you to feel the stories are important to you and trustworthy. This is Amanda Dixon.
And I'm Andy Farnsworth. Join us weekday mornings on KSL News Radio.
Women go through many changes in their lives. And we believe each milestone matters. That every new candle represents another step in your story. Our healthcare experts support women at every stage of life. Because each chapter deserves to be celebrated. Women's health. Nurture what's next. Find care near you at mountain.commonspirit.org. Common Spirit Health. Human kindness lives here.
The energy, the roar. Moments you'll always remember. Next season, Jaren Jackson Jr. is hunting blocks. Laurie Markkinen is getting buckets. And Ace is just getting started. Don't just watch Jazz basketball. Experience every moment. 2026-27 season tickets are on sale now. Full and half-season packages available. Plus exclusive benefits like arena discounts and player events. Are you in? Join the climb today. UtahJazz.com or call 801-355-DUNK.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $3 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Traffic and weather together brought to you by UCCU. Learn how to save more this summer at UCCU.com. Here's Ricky Meese.
For those traveling the Valley freeways, we actually have a good drive in progress, but traffic already starting to get a little busy southbound I-15 in the Murray area between 45th, 53rd, and the South Interchange. No freeway accidents at this time, and our main secondaries also looking good, but in Weber County, expect some busy traffic filling in through the roadwork southbound I-15 in Riverdale and Roy. This summer, earn 2 times the points on gas and groceries and 10,000 bonus points that you can redeem for cash back, gift cards, and more. Visit CypressCU.com. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
KSL weather, we've got an extreme heat warning in place along the Wasatch Front from today through Saturday night. Our high today looks like 103, 102 tomorrow, and 100 on Sunday. Right now it's 99 degrees and sunny in Salt Lake City. I'm Reagan Edelman from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at KSLNewsRadio.com, we're Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan Millard.
Alex, that's a great way to get your kids off social media.
And Alex Curie.
Yeah, my real goal with the new social media stuff is to show up in my kids' feed.
This is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
All right, as we come back to KSL Brightside, we want to let you know that we are continuing to monitor a story that broke just a little bit ago, and we are still sparse on details. But it is related to the Wide Mouth 2 fire. Where they're calling it an incident involving an aircraft down there at that fire, which is there in central Utah in Millard County. So this Wide Mouth 2 fire is extensive. It's been destructive. It's triggered evacuations. But it is a witness told KSL, and this is what KSL is saying on KSL.com, that they saw smoke coming from a site near where a helicopter had flown over. So they also have photos from the area that show a plume of smoke that seems to be separate from the fire. So we can imagine, we know that the aircraft are used in fighting those fires. So when they say an incident involving an aircraft, of course, we can imagine what that might be. They've got a number of different types of aircraft that they use for this. The helicopters with the buckets. They have the spotter planes, those smaller planes that will kind of lead the larger planes in.
Scouting, yeah.
And then they have smaller planes that will also drop smaller amounts of retardant in very tactical places. And so,
well, we'll have to see what the official word ends up being from down there. But for right now, it's just an incident that we're monitoring down there of
that's
smoke
so
involving an aircraft down by the Widemouth 2 fires.
It's so hard. We've had those firefighters working all year long, and to have something like this, I'm sure it's just got to be demoralizing and hard for them. And I mean, I guess I don't want to assume too much. We haven't heard anything about, other details, but we already know how much danger these guys are in, and we already know what the difficult kind of flying they're expected to do. It's just disappointing to see that, even with the sparse details.
There's been so many of these fires we've had to figure out. We've had so many.
Four new wildfire starts in the last 24 hours, including one we just heard this last news break up in Summit County.
Yeah.
So, it's going to keep on keeping on until it. At some point we'll turn the corner in terms of temperature and precipitation. Pardon me, but
Millard, I want to ask you about our relationship with UTA and just for a long time when I was making a longer commute, I was on Front Runner all the time. Loved it. I drive by I see Front Runner operating every day. And I admittedly am just not a user of the Utah Transit Authority. I think like so many people are, except at the same time, we're always trying to expand the reach. And we're always trying to expand what it looks like and what the impact could be. And I think ultimately we all want to be it sounds great to be a place where we are using light rail almost to like European effect. Yeah. But I wonder if we'll ever get to that level, Ethan. I don't think that the answer is ever going to be yes, but we are seeing UTA making some interesting expansion plans and at least talk about how they're going to possibly be an even better service to the community here. And I'm wondering what our relationship is going to be like with public transit going forward in the future.
Public transit is tough because you end up in a chicken egg situation where people aren't going to ride it because it's not convenient enough for them. But the state's not going to expand the options until more people ride it. And so it's a weird chicken and egg thing. I used to ride it all the time. I rode Trax when we lived in Midvale and we were doing Nightside. I rode Trax every day because Trax picked me up a block from my house and dropped me off right here at Broadcast House. And even when we moved up to Cottonwood Heights, I had a bus that picked me up about a block away from my house and dropped me off right here at Broadcast House. But that route was closed after a couple of years after I moved up there. So I'm currently without public transit service, which is a bummer, but that's how most of Utahns are.
Is to do a Bruce Curie impersonation. You got 2 feet.
I got 2 feet.
Still have 2 feet and 2 legs, don't you?
I can walk to the nearest bus stop.
I know.
3 miles
It's always
away.
like, oh, they just shut down my route.
Get walking.
Did they shut down all the routes? Because it sounds like your feet still work.
And but there is good news though on the Front Runner route because Utah is another step closer to receiving nearly $1.3 billion in federal funding to increase commuter rail service between Ogden and Provo. So what they've got now is they've got the money to add in 26 miles of additional track. Now, part of the problem they're having with Front Runner is that some of it is single track, which means only one train can be going either north or south at one time. It's not double tracked the whole way. So this is going to improve that. It's going to add tracks in 11 different locations. It's going to add a new train station near Point of the Mountain and 10 new train sets. And so what they're going to do is they're going to be able to increase the service. Right now it runs 30 minutes or 60-minute frequencies, and it's going to go to 15-minute and 30-minute frequencies, and it's also going to start operating on Sundays. So this, I think honestly, Alex, we're going to get the biggest bang for our buck out of Front Runner. I really, really do. If they can get that to 15-minute frequencies 7 days a week, I think that'll be phenomenal. And it's not always a commuter thing. I had the funnest time earlier this year. My son and I.
Oh yeah, you took your son on it, right?
We jumped on Front Runner and we went to Ogden. And one of the cool things about Front Runner in Ogden is that Front Runner drops you off right there in downtown Ogden.
Yeah.
And you can go to where all those cool restaurants and things are along there and those shops. It's a phenomenal thing. So if you haven't done that yet, if you haven't just gotten on Front Runner, hung out, gone up to Ogden, and then checked it out, it's really, and then get back on Front Runner and come back down to Provo, Salt Lake, wherever you are. We had so much fun. I wish you could do that in Provo, but right now Front Runner just drops you off in the middle of a warehouse district in Provo. As far as I can, I've been there in a while.
Kind of between Southtown Mall and yeah, it's kind of an industrial space over there still, although it's expanding and they're getting the roads are getting wide over there. I will say though,
it's like if Front Runner dropped you off on Center Street in Provo. That's what it's like in Ogden.
So with the, what'd you call it, the double tracking?
Yeah, double tracking.
I want to know also, like from a distance span standpoint, are they doing anything differently with?
No, it's still Ogden to Provo. Yeah, they're not extending it any further north or any further south.
Yeah,
as of right now.
What's $1.3 billion going to get us in? Just the double tracking?
Well,
stuff?
It's only part of it. And this stuff is expensive too.
It is. It's extremely expensive. Our lives will change if there was. Our lives would change if there were a. If there were a rail system like a Front Runner type train that was just like a commuter train that went down to St. George. And I know that Amtrak lovers would be like, there is actually.
Could you imagine if we had what Japan has?
That's what I'm saying is like, I don't think, I hesitate to mention how other countries are doing it better when it comes to those things. But here's the thing is that's not our culture. It's not our culture. We have just a massive amount of space here, and it's both the things that we love about ourselves and also the thing that makes it to where having light rail be the thing that takes us all around at 400 miles an hour. Like, I would freaking love that.
That'd be amazing.
I've done the train from London to Amsterdam in 3.5 hours. Like, where you go under the sea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I love the idea of that. And that is, and by the way, that was like $85 or $90 or something like that, or maybe even $110 or something like that. And I remember being like, the cost isn't, but I don't think we will ever get to the point. We can't figure it out for our biggest states who have sometimes the freest money to be able to do these things with. California's been fighting about this stuff forever. They can't get a train even to Vegas from where they're at in Los Angeles because they just fight over it all the time.
Alex, I'm with you, and I used to like driving a lot more than I do now. And people always say, well, but you have a car, it's freedom. It's freedom. But I'm on the hook now for constantly increasing insurance, constantly increasing gas, car payments, maintenance. Cars are so expensive to operate on a daily basis, and you can't get out from under it. You can't just stop using it. That doesn't sound like freedom to me. We're shackled.
Right.
By our financial liabilities that are related to our cars. I would love nothing more than to shed that and so when people say that, well, your car represents freedom, you go wherever you want to go. I think, okay, yeah, that's true. I can go wherever I want to go. Number one, it's not freedom. It is you are in bondage financially. But also, I never really go wherever I want to go. I go to the same 4 places all week, every month. I go to the same store. I go to the same work.
Remember that episode of Breaking Bad where Hank, the brother-in-law, who's the law enforcement guy, is like, look at this guy's. He's with Walter, and he's like, look at this guy's footprint. He goes 2 places. This is the most boring drug deal I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And Walter's like, oh, okay. Like they're like, look how dumb this guy is, and you're all.
He's
I've
describing
got 4
me.
places I go.
But you know that's the thing. It's like, oh man, you could go wherever, but I don't. I don't go wherever. That's not my life.
Boring.
My life is not getting up in the morning and saying, you know what, today I'm doing? I'm driving to Nevada today. That's not.
I want
that's
so
not my
badly.
life.
By the way, UTA, among all this, with all the money stuff that they've talked about and double tracking and all those things, they're also considering a base pay fare rate.
Yeah.
Anyway,
they are.
They just wanted to bury the lead on that, didn't they?
They're going to raise the rate from $2.50 to $3. First time they've done it though in a decade, which is
by the way,
they're due. They're
yeah,
due.
I don't think. Well, we don't love increasing the prices on anything anywhere for consumers, especially in the city of Utah. But I will say, like, if Costco put their hot dog to $2, people would die. Yes. David, our board up, just looked and was like, don't you freaking say it. I mean, the reality is they could put that thing up to $5.50, and it would likely be, it would still be the best lunch option for a cheap date, kind of a situation. But the thing is that once people go, I thought you said the base rate was $2.50. When did you guys go to $3? And they'd be like, well, we're increasing costs and like over a decade. You think they haven't seen?
Moving.
I know. I'm going to use BTA instead of UTA. Excuse you?
Melanie texted in. She said, "I wish they would bring Front Runner to Tooele," which they easily could, because you could run a line from Tooele.
Here comes Ethan with the suggestions.
No, but think about it.
It'd be super easy to build a line out there
through Saratoga Springs and then straight into downtown. I think a lot of people would use it because a lot of people in Tooele Valley, they come into the valley.
But you need to but you have to do this thing too, where you go, did you just expand west? People out east go, well,
no, Park City, they're doing their own thing. We don't. They're not really part of it.
I know it's the best thing that's ever been said in today's show.
But when you
guys aren't even part of this conversation.
When you look at how the Wasatch Front is lined up, how the communities, they're straight north to south. It's fairly straightforward. Everything's pretty linear, and most of our commutes are north-south. It's cities like Los Angeles that are nightmares to plan
everywhere.
around.
Yeah, they go every direction.
But here, I feel like if enough people got behind this, that we could really have something cool. We could really have something cool that really could give us another option and be a cool thing for our state. That's all I'm saying.
All right. It's a Friday, which means, of course, we find any excuse for there to be some kind of a discussion about BYU versus Utah. We have one coming up, so don't worry. A local mascot that finally got the Hall of Fame recognition that they deserved, and the people who are relinquishing and finally saying, yeah, he's pretty good. All right, stay here. More to go. It's KSL Brightside.
Is the volatility of the stock market driving you crazy? Is your retirement account sinking, yet you're getting older and you're starting to worry about, will I have enough for retirement? What about the money in the bank? These banks pay nothing these days. How do we get growth to get to retirement account? It's simple. Move into gold and silver. Want to know how to do it? Listen to my show, Striking Gold, with me, Kenny Michaels.
Now on Saturday at 5 p.m. Sign up for KSL Text Alerts. Get breaking news and traffic updates by texting the word news to 57500. Want access to exclusive contests? Text contest to 57500. Jazz fans, text the word jazz for breaking jazz updates. And Cougar fans, text BYU to 57500 for the latest on the Cougars. Message and data rates may apply.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for autopay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
John's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, where he can get a battery for under $100. Lonnie, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge, and Lonnie does that for free too. In no time at all, John is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
I'm really interested to hear about how your parents talk to you at home, and how do you think they can kind of break through to you?
It's just to talk about it. It's just seriously it's going to be awkward at first. But if you keep repeating it over and over again, it's just going to feel natural.
Keep going, and soon we'll just be able to talk about it.
Talking about mental health with your teens is the power of we in action. Visit intermountainhealth.org/teen mental health.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex. Your lunch hour just got more interesting on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back. This is KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millard here with Alex Heary. And we're taking your first world problems because at the end of the show, in fact, in about an hour, we're just going to sit down. We're going to go through everyone's first world problems, and we're going to get them all off our chest. We're going to do it all together. It's going to be amazing.
You want me to give you a preview?
Let's hear it.
First world problem. Just came in via text 57500. I hate having to prime the ketchup bottle just to get rid of that watery ketchup drip before the real ketchup comes out.
Yeah.
Just that extra slosh around.
Yeah.
I know it takes 3/4 of a second, but that's 3/4 of a second I can't get back.
Ketchup is a real. It's just
However,
it adds to your mental load.
How
is what it is.
That's
Adds
what I
to your
thought.
mental load.
I've thought that for years. However, if you make that nice sandwich and this happens with the mustard too, because I'm a mustard guy, and you make that first squeeze and the water comes out first on your nice new sandwich, then you'll regret not making that shakeroo.
Can I tell you about the sandwich I had last night? Before we get to this news,
listen to what our lives have turned into. Yes, of course.
So a really nice spongy roll.
Yeah.
Okay, so really, I mean, like a good substance to it. You know what I mean? Some chicken salad, and then on top of that, I put a couple of slices of garden tomatoes.
Okay.
A couple slices of bacon on that.
Oh,
so dang good.
Okay, you want to hear about mine? Can I tell you about
You
mine?
had a sandwich yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Tell me.
Costco baguette.
Okay.
Right, so the crunchy baguette, but I cut it, probably a 6-inch, kind of chunk of it. Cut it in half. I put it in the toaster for a second.
You got a 6-inch toaster?
I mean, whatever that.
Like
it's
the
like
toaster
the
oven?
exact. It's the exact distance of whatever it is from toaster to. So maybe 4.5 inches.
Oh,
maybe
okay,
5
I
inch
got you,
sandwich,
I got
okay. So then, I don't get it like toasted. I get it just nice and
soft,
and a little bit of that crunchy crustiness to it.
Okay.
Just a little bit and warm. Okay. I have this lemon olive oil that I buy at Harmon's. Lemon olive oil. Okay.
Harmon's. Whoa,
Yeah.
my goodness.
Garden tomato, okay? The lemon on top of the lemon olive oil on it. Big helping of salt and pepper, and then an actual squeeze of actual lemon on top of that tomato, and then the sandwich topped to it. Boom.
Jeez.
And you know what it was? Delightful.
That sounds amazing.
Oh, I think my mouth, there was no contrast. There wasn't it really balances out the acidic taste. I'm like, no, it's all acidy. It's all sour. It's all kind of like that tartness. I love it. Anyway, back to you.
That's phenomenal. All right, back to the real news. Brigham Young University's mascot, Cosmo the Cougar, was officially inducted into the National Mascot Hall of Fame as part of the class of 2026 following a public voting campaign that I guess we all participate in that? I actually wasn't aware.
If it's a public voting campaign and BYU fans are involved,
they're going to win.
They're going to get into the Hall of Fame with whomever. But that being said, Cosmo, I've seen a lot of sports mascots over my time covering sports.
I knew that Cosmo was a special mascot when he smashed the floorboards in that one dance. You remember that?
Of course. I think I can say that.
Crazy.
I think I can say those kids when he smashed those kids in that stunt. Now, Cosmo is top notch. He's as good as it gets. He's as good of an entertaining mascot. He's not like one of those mysterious blobs that's just out there roaming the crowd. This guy participates, man, or gal. So there's a reason they have a lot of different Cosmos that are on scholarship doing a lot of different things.
So you don't know if it's a he, if is Cosmo a boy or a girl?
Sometimes
you better not say it's a they-them situation.
No, I'm saying it sometimes is because they use them for different things. So sometimes if it's extremely good dancer one might be
No. I mean Cosmo.
Oh, the animal, the mascot.
Right.
I think he's a he. I think if they
you
were
think Cosmo's a he.
If you put his paws to the fire, it would be that he's a he. If BYU would probably have some. No, BYU would probably say he. But I think if people are talking about him, they would just say he. Yeah. No, I don't. But I'm saying I don't want to give anything away, but the people behind Cosmo.
You don't want to give anything away, but you're about to give something away.
But people behind Cosmo have been both genders. So back to you.
Well,
Cosmo
deserves
deserves
the breaking news sounder.
No, I don't think I'm revealing anything wild when I tell you that there are multiple folks who are behind the success of Cosmo. That's how they do it. That's how they wash it. They go.
But was it Charlie Bird though that really put him on the map?
So if you're familiar with Charlie Bird, he was one of the former Cosmos. He was the one who was the insane dancer that put him on the list of when he was dancing with the Cougarettes, who by the way are an unbeatable, dance group. When you have Cosmo, not just step for step, but basically like leading that insane national championship group at the very like tip of the spear there. That video made everybody go, you have to step your game up on a mascot.
See, this is the thing: is before Charlie Bird,
his NDA ran out.
His
NDA ran out, and he just revealed all the stuff about how it all went. And I think we were all here for it. I don't think people looked and went, "Well, you ruined the pageantry of Cosmo." It's like, no.
But he's the one that put it on the map. I mean,
Cosmo's always been kind of going like when I was at BYU. Cosmo wasn't just like a fun like, oh yeah, that's the mascot. Cosmo was already a celebrity. And we used to use Cosmo in our Divine Comedy skits. And when we did, it was basically the most important thing that had happened to the group. And I remember meeting, and like we had to sign something that said we wouldn't say who it was, or because we had to see them.
Well, that's normal though. Well,
we had to see them because we had to see them changing.
Yeah.
From that, when Cosmo would take his pants off and put on new Cosmo pants.
Yeah, you had to.
And we accidentally.
And you still can't tell me.
No.
Well, congratulations to Cosmo. He's officially inducted into the National Mascot Hall of Fame as part of the class of 2026.
One of my favorite things that Cosmo ever did. So when COVID hit Cosmo, when COVID hit everybody, we still had college football games. And as media members, we were going to them.
Yeah.
And they were spacing us out around the press box. And you remember the whole thing where it was like, we need to sit 14 seats away from. And the thing was, is these stadiums are empty. Or they'd put up, the fake crowds and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Man, what a weird time. But Cosmo was still doing tricks in the crowd with no one there. Okay? And when I say that, they did a crazy stunt one time with Cosmo. And this is where my respect goes to another level. And I still have like the video of it. They had Cosmo inside one of those inflatable crazy balls. So the clear inflated crazy ball.
Yeah.
You can't do this now because the crowds are there. They had him go from like the top section on that thing and roll all the way down and jump up. It was like jumping a ramp onto the field basically. Okay?
Jeez.
It was intense. And I remember us watching it, and like maybe they had like some bowling balls or some bowling pins, some fake bowling pins at the end of it or something. But I remember just thinking to myself, Cosmo's out there still working. And my favorite part is they got out of the thing and they showed him and they're like, hey, and he had a mask on his face.
Oh, how funny.
But like the Cosmo mask.
Yeah.
Not the Cosmo mask, like a purpose-built Cosmo mask.
Yeah.
So anyway, we got news, traffic, and weather right now. Congrats to Cosmo. I think even the most ardent of Utah fans could go, yeah, that guy works pretty hard. Anyway, you can send us a text if you don't.
KSL FM Midvale.
KSL Salt Lake City.
From the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios, this is KSL News Radio.
Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
It's 2 o'clock at KSL News Radio. I'm Reagan Edelman. KSL's top story this hour is developing news. We're learning more about the West Echo fire burning about 12 acres near Echo Reservoir. Fire officials say it is human-caused. They say forward progression has been stopped, and crews are fighting the flames in favorable conditions. We'll continue to bring you the latest. And our top national story this hour from ABC News. A New Mexico judge says the parent company of Instagram and Facebook helped fuel the state's child mental health crisis. Now Meta has been ordered to pay $567 million to fund mental health programs.
New Mexico's Attorney General is calling the court ruling against Meta historic, saying it changes a narrative around the world about the dangers that he says social media poses to children. He says they expect an appeal from Meta.
They have not shown any willingness to either accept responsibility for their conduct or concede that they have a role to play in fixing and addressing the harms that they created.
New Mexico Attorney General Raul Torres is calling on all states to update outdated laws to rein in social media use by children. Alex Stone, ABC News.
That court ruling is also on top of a previous multi-million-dollar verdict against Meta from a different jury. Your money at this moment, the Dow is up 151 points, the S&P is up 47 points, and the NASDAQ is up 342 points. Coming up, triple digits again this weekend. KSL weather is next. KSL News Time 2:02.
Mornings are for recharging.
And they're for starting your day right.
We volunteer to join you in the car. Get news and weather at 102.7 FM during the most important part of your day.
Andy and Amanda, each morning between 5 and 9 on KSL News Radio.
This is the story of the one. The one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use, now what?
I had a friend that went to My Computer Career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 25% upfront bonus? And are they promising you up to 9% growth per year, all for your retirement income? If not, then you need to come to Trajan Wealth. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hardworking folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They aren't. That's up to $25,000 upfront or up to $9,000 per year on $100,000, guaranteed for retirement income. Don't keep working when you're supposed to be retired, and don't let any financial advisor tell you it's too good to be true. Unlock your Trajan family office at TrajanWealth.com or call 1-855-TRAJAN-1. That's 1-855-TRAJAN-1.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. DBA in most states has Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
The Children's Center Utah provides a unique service in our communities by meeting the needs of very young children and their caregivers. Here's a Little Minds, Big Hope message from Dr. Kyle Smith, the Children's Center Utah's child and adolescent psychiatrist.
If parenting feels harder than it should right now, trust your gut and know that you're not alone. Early support can make a lifelong difference for your child and your family. Find out more at childrencenterutah.org.
Traffic and weather together brought to you by UCCU. You deserve to love where you bank. Here's Ricky Meese.
In Box Elder County, we do have a crash on southbound I-15. It's after the SR 240 junction in Honeyville. They're trying to get it moved out of traffic, but it has been causing a lot of delays. And then on the southbound drive of I-15, already seeing heavy and slow traffic, Murray and Midvale, and northbound I-15 getting busy and dipping below the freeway limit from 33rd South to downtown. For a limited time, tickets for most Utah Symphony, Utah Opera performances are $29 or less. Don't wait, prices go up after August 15th. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
In KSL weather, it's another hot weekend. Triple-digit highs today and through the rest of the weekend, then back to the upper 90s to start next week. Right now, it's 100 degrees and sunny in Salt Lake City. I'm Reagan Edelman from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at kslnewsradio.com. We're Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan Miller.
Out-of-staters like to talk about us, but I think they want to move here.
And Alex Curie.
Ethan, they hate us because they ain't us.
This is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
All right. Welcome back. This is KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millard here with Alex Curie. And Alex, I found it. I found the news story.
Oh, what is it? Wait, what do you mean?
I found the top story today. You can read this at KSL.com.
Like the top headline or what?
Yeah, number one.
Oh.
Olive
okay.
Garden coming to Rexburg this fall. I'm going to read it to you.
Hold on. You're telling me that couples in Rexburg have not been breaking unlimited breadsticks together?
Apparently
for
not.
decades? I would assume Olive Garden, Ethan, is the perfect Rexburg date.
Yeah.
I mean, minus like the part at the end where they go, $27.99, sweetheart.
How much pasta did you eat? I love Olive Garden.
I know.
Here's the article. But listen to this, okay? Because the article is just phenomenal. The construction of the new Olive Garden restaurant opening on University Boulevard in Rexburg will be finished in November. The building's construction superintendent confirms. The Olive Garden building
That's the guy
project,
who they got it from? I love it.
he confirmed it.
Okay.
This news is confirmed.
Okay.
The Olive Garden building project estimated to hold up to 208 people, which I guess, is that a lot for a restaurant?
200? I mean, it sounds like a lot of people kind of anywhere, but yeah.
It is progressing smoothly, according to Superintendent Kevin Rambo. He confirmed to East Idaho News that the project has a hard deadline of November 2nd for completion. We are putting in kitchen equipment right now, Rambo said.
We're putting
we get like 32 weeks to build these. So they're building they can build an Olive Garden in 32 weeks, which there again, it's like the 208 people. Is that a lot? I don't know. Is 32 weeks a long time or is that a short time? I'm not sure. But it takes 32 weeks to build an Olive Garden. Although Rambo said most restaurant construction projects are $700,000, he estimates it will cost $4 million to build the Olive Garden in Rexburg. It's the right size to get good service and has the kitchen to make good food consistently, Rambo said. Though his time in Idaho has been short, Rambo said he has enjoyed it and looks forward to seeing the restaurant open. I love being in Rexburg.
Sure you do.
I've probably been to Bear World 25 times, he said. Hopefully, the restaurant will be well received in Rexburg.
Oh, it will be. Unlimited anything? Unlimited anything.
The director of
Soup, salad, and breadsticks for people in Rexburg, Idaho, they're going to love it.
The director of economic development and public relations, Scott Johnson, expressed excitement for Olive Garden and other restaurant and business entities in the process of being built in Rexburg. We're excited that we get to serve the people of Rexburg and the surrounding areas, Johnson said. East Idaho News reached out to the Olive Garden corporate office for comment, but did not receive a response. They didn't need to respond. Rambo said everything. Rambo said everything that needed to be said.
I can't wait for this thing to open.
I mean, this is basically what he said. He said, Rambo said, we're on schedule, we're on budget, and I've been to Bear World 25
Bear World's
times.
awesome. That's a part where he worked in Bear World. I think is about the best. Hold on. So I'm trying to think of a restaurant that I can't believe that it wasn't there already. And
yeah, I'm surprised. You know, good for them. I love Olive Garden, so I mean
that's what I'm saying. But I mean, like
they're
it's
obviously
right
gonna
up.
love it.
Oh, I guess I'll have the baked ziti. And then, honey, do you want to get the minestrone again?
Tour of Italy. What are you doing?
Honey, do you want to get the minestrone again?
What do you even order?
Minestrone and ziti.
Minestrone. I don't. Man, it's been several years since I've been to. I bet it's been more than 10 years.
Been to an Olive Garden?
No, since I've been to Rexburg.
I haven't been. I haven't been to Rexburg in a long time. We got caught there one night overnight with when the highway through to go to Big Sky was closed. We were trying to go on a ski trip as a family, and we got stuck in Rexburg, and we had to have dinner at like a. I don't know what's not Olive Garden. Something like it was like a Chili's
homeless shelter. I don't know. I mean, at that point, why do you even bother?
It's
There's
definitely
no
part
Olive Garden. We're skipping dinner.
It's definitely part of like our family lore where we're like the highway gets shut down by snow.
Yeah,
like those gates came down and we couldn't.
Did you get a hotel room?
No, and everything was booked from a hotel standpoint. We had nowhere to go. Plus, it was like anyway. Bottom line is we made some crazy. I'm not the type to ask for help from anyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Were you knocking doors at neighborhoods?
No, but it was close. We actually text a friend who we knew whose parents lived up there.
Oh, wow.
And we're like, hey, we're up here and we got stranded. And they were like, oh, no problem. We called them. Their parents opened up their house. They had like pinball machines and pool tables upstairs.
Oh, you're kidding.
Oh, dude, and they're like, it was a mom and a dad who didn't have like the rest of the family there with them. They were like empty nesters, and they have grandkids that are our kids' age.
Yeah,
because those are the people that we knew.
They loved it.
Ended up being the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And we couldn't go up to Big Sky for a day, but you know what we did? We skied at what's the one right there? Targhee. Grand Targhee.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And then we went to First World Problem. Had to go to ski at Grand Targhee before we went to Big Sky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
well,
First World Problem, there was no Olive Garden there for me to enjoy.
I remember
during that time in Rexburg.
When I was at Rexburg last, I remember that I had a pie shake. There was a place, and I'd never had one of these before. And I said, "What is it?" They said, "We put a piece of pie in a shake and we blend it up."
Yeah.
I said, "Okay, let's do it." And I remember I liked it, but it needed more pie.
Yeah. The old malt shoppy down in Provo used to do that. May it rest. Who remembers the malt shop? The old malt shoppy. They did a lemon meringue pie shake that I changed my world and made me fatter. So,
yeah.
Congrats. I missed it, and it was iconic. There's a car wash there now, I think. Something like that. All right. Ethan, that was
what I had.
That
so
was a good turn right on that.
Do you want to do a
thought
break?
that you were doing something else totally different, but you went straight to that.
Look, man.
I know, but since we're talking about food, you want to do for a couple of minutes the fact that just real quickly, just announce the fact that Kellogg's is resetting their color situation in the United States.
Yeah. Let me pull that up.
Is this an RFK?
Is
this an RFK Jr. deal?
I think so.
Yeah. He's been on a little bit of a warpath for the artificial colors.
He has been. So Kellogg has announced that by the end of 2026, they're going to have all artificial colors removed from its cereals, and they think that they're going to be able to replace those dyes with natural alternatives made from fruit and vegetable juices.
Well, they will be able to replace it, but they won't replace
They should replace
color.
it with something because Fruit Loops need to be as colorful as they are fruity. So they got to find something. They can't just have gray Fruit Loops or whatever it is. When they come out of before you put the dye in, I mean, what color is the mash?
Ethan sure knows how to sell cereal. Hey,
when the mash is extruded,
we got that big. Before the mash becomes the circles, what are we doing here, Craig? What kind of stuff we throwing in there to make it the most colorful possible?
Do you know some of these are petroleum based? Some of the dyes and things are petroleum based. Can you believe that?
Wow. No. No wonder the price of oil going through. You want a list of things that are Kellogg's cereals?
I mean, did we just really spend the last 80 years just getting suckered by everyone?
Because they're all. Do you have that? How'd you like the petroleum-based colors that we came up with?
What? We've got all this oil.
What are you going to do? I'm going to need to make some blankets.
People are driving. People are driving everywhere. We got also oil left over.
Yeah.
What if we get people to eat it?
We could do that. Okay, I got two ideas. Super bright cereal that we're going to force them to eat.
Mm-hmm.
But also, have you ever heard of fleece? I think we should make something called
the
fleece.
softest blankets.
Oh yeah, no, but it's like
blankets.
it's like llamas without the llama, without the stink. Ethan, you ready for this? Apple Jacks, Bran Buds, Cocoa Krispies, Corn Flakes.
These are all
Kellogg's.
But are they? Do they all have dyes that are being?
The thing is Cocoa Krispies might have a dye situation, but they could probably fake the chocolate color a lot easier with just like regular cocoa powder, right?
So,
Cracklin' Oat Bran. Does that have a lot of color to it?
Not really.
No.
I think it's very shades of brown from what I remember.
Crispix.
Crispix. No, it's tan.
Eggo cereal.
I think the big one's going to be Fruit Loops or Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, but Fruity Pebbles I think are a different company. They're
not Kellogg?
No, Frosted Mini Wheats, Honey Loops, Honey Smacks. Crave the cereal. No one's ever craved it. Let me see here.
If you have to call it Crave, no one craves it.
Raisin Bran. I'm shocked. The only
Raisin Bran,
insanely out of this world color cereal that we have from Kellogg's is Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
Nothing else has any kind of color to it.
That's going to be impacted. Now, what's interesting about this is that they say they're going to have this done by the end of 2026. Their previous target was 2027, end of 2027. So they've moved this up a whole year. So 1 year less of being poisoned.
Is it going to? They just turn off the oil feed straight to the factory. That's why the barrels keep going up. Our desire for fruit
Look,
fruity.
the Straits of Hormuz are closed. I don't know. I don't know how we're gonna dye these Fruit Loops.
They're like, among the companies impacted are children who are going bonkers over not being able to have Fruit Loops as the Strait of Hormuz is shut down for its 5th straight day. I had no idea that we were making artificial dyes out of petroleum. All right.
I'm blown away.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. We have more when we do return. One thing that a CEO is doing, I've never heard this as a perk that a company would do. But what Ethan and I are going to start asking KSL for coming up around the corner, because one CEO is doing this. It's a pretty wild perk. I want to know what the best perk is that you get at your office, 57500. Best perks that you get. And companies are doing insane stuff to be able to draw people in to work for them. But what this company's doing is going to the next level. Stay right here with us. More to go. It's KSL Brightside.
I'm back to doing what I love and more. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Do you want to walk, play pickleball, and enjoy other fun activities to stay healthy, but you can't because of bad feet? Hi, this is Mike, and the Good Feet store wants to help.
I just had difficulty walking. I tried them on in the store, and my foot felt so much better.
Do you keep buying new shoes and inserts with little or no relief?
I tried all kinds of shoes. It was the arch supports that made the difference from the Good Feet store.
Don't let bad feet, knees, or back problems get in the way of staying healthy and having fun.
Thanks to the Good Feet store, I bowl in 3 nights a week.
Get back to doing what you love. At the Good Feet store, we'll personally fit you at high-quality arch supports to maximize your comfort. Stop in the Good Feet store or book your free fitting at goodfeet.com. We have locations in Farmington, Riverton, and Sandy.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Jeff Kaplan here with Bonnie from Salt Lake City Fat Loss. Bonnie, tell us why Salt Lake City Fat Loss is the preferred weight loss program in Utah versus other weight loss programs that offer pills or injections.
Our program is the #1 natural alternative to drugs or injections, and for those who want to lose fat and not muscle. People are spending hundreds of dollars on these injections that are giving them slower weight loss, where our program is a fraction of the cost and they're losing twice the amount of weight.
Can people lose weight fast on the program?
Most of our clients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. But the biggest thing is they're learning the skills to keep the weight off.
What are some of the things about the program that sets it apart from other weight loss programs?
It's very easy to follow, and we use regular grocery store foods. There's no heavy exercising required, and you get a personal health coach to help you every step of the way.
I chose the SLC Fat Loss Program along with 70,000 people across the U.S. It's offered exclusively in Utah at Salt Lake City Fat Loss. Schedule your free consultation online at slcfatloss.com.
Hi, I'm Maria Shilaos, host of the KSL News Daily podcast, where you'll get a deep dive on a story important to you and the 3 things you need to know each weekday morning. Follow the KSL News Daily today, wherever you get your podcasts.
Any Hour Services can make sure your AC keeps you cool this summer. Whether you need a tune-up, repair, or just a second opinion about replacing it, call Any Hour Services or visit anyhourservices.com.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex, the show you didn't know you needed and still don't on KSL News Radio.
All right, welcome back. You're listening to KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Miller here with Alex Curie. And in a little bit here, about maybe half an hour, we're going to do a segment of First World Problems. It's the best way to wrap up a week. It's Friday. We're going into the weekend. Everyone's feeling good.
Hey,
so
did you
let's
see my,
shed some things.
I know this is on the stream.
Oh, yeah. So Alex is sporting this new KSL Brightside t-shirt. I heard, but I don't know that we have anything to really announce, but I heard that we were going to give away some of these t-shirts, but it was going to be some kind of other effort.
Yeah, it's not right now. I'll tell you, these are limited.
They're very, very handsome. They're American flag blue with a Brightside logo across the front, guaranteed to not crack, peel, and
don't
fall off your
say
body.
That. Don't say guaranteed. I mean, what are we, Advanced Windows over here? We'll stand by those T-shirts forever. It's like, no, we won't.
Well, if they will.
If you get it, I'm not going to stand. Look, it's after 50,000 miles, don't try to bring this T-shirt back.
At 57500, please share those First World Problems. If you're new to the First World Problems, basically what they are is these are problems that are real to us. They really drive us crazy, but we would be embarrassed to explain them to our pioneer forefathers, ancestors, predecessors.
Yeah.
So send those in at 57500. In the meantime, though, what is the best perk that you have at your office?
Yeah,
because
this is a great question because so many offices are trying to do the competing thing right now for employees.
Here's what this one CEO, Sebastian Jimenez, CEO of Rilla, which is an AI startup. He has a budget of $1.7 million a year that he uses exclusively to give his employees an $18,000 annual housing stipend. Now, he's not doing this so that he can pay all of his employees' housing costs. He's doing this because he wants his employees to live close to the office. He wants everyone to live within a 10-minute bike ride of their office in Williamsburg, which is in Brooklyn. And if you will move within a 10-minute bike ride, then he will give you $18,000 per year to help pay housing costs. Now, that's an astonishing benefit.
$18,000 is wild because you're talking, in that, $1,400 to $1,500 a month range. Now, they did say that the average rent for even just a studio apartment in that area is about $4,000.
So this isn't going to pay for the whole thing.
No, it's not. But in this article, and I know I may have made it sound crazy, like, oh, this guy, he's spending $1.8 million a year on housing stipends for employees. That's crazy, right?
We should pitch this to KSL and just say, well, look, what if all of your employees lived right here on Ensign Downs? Right here, above the Capitol building. We all live right here.
We're going to get you, and we'll chip in $400,000 on a house. Now, those are $1.5 million up there, but we'll chip in $400,000 for one. Mm-hmm. That's pretty dang attractive.
And then you could have your entire news team
live right there.
Right here.
Yeah. I think
they'll go for it.
So but I'm reading the article, and what set me off on this was what set me off about it was this. This guy goes, it's great. We want to incentivize our employees, and instead of just doing, he has so much management speak in the quotes that he had, and I'm paraphrasing some of it, but he was just like, we wanted to be thoughtful in our processes. Mm-hmm. He wanted to be thoughtful in his processes. Mm-hmm. And we didn't want to just have perks for the sake of saying it's perks. We didn't want those perks to be something that
scale with intention.
Right. They wanted to be able to make those perks engaging and thoughtful for the process. Mm-hmm. And he goes, and that's why we feed them their 3 meals. That they get their 3 meals a day are free. Three meals a day are free at our office. And I was like, what?
Yeah. No, it's a phenomenal place to work. 3 meals a day plus a gym on site with a sauna and cold plunge.
And it actually makes it sound like they've got you forever. Now, those things don't actually...
They would have me forever.
If they pay for 3 squares... Hold on, where's our producer, Caitlin at? Caitlin, we need you to weigh in on this. Would we lose you to this AI startup if they paid for your 3 square meals a day?
They'd lose me.
I think that they would. I think
they'd lose me.
You wouldn't, because I could try to convince you. But we tried food on our stream today, and Caitlin was like, this burrito's going to last me a day and a half. But if somebody promised you 3 squares that they would pay for your food 3 meals a day, you would leave. Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think I'm all for benefits.
Yeah. Back to you. Yeah, we have pretty good benefits here, but none of them include. There are other companies inside this building that have have better food perks than we do.
We have great French benefits.
I saw your dumb face, and I knew you were going to make the French benefits, and then I knew you were going to do it. And
we don't get French benefits.
I think you know how I felt about the burrito we ate earlier, and I'm taking it home for dinner.
I know, that's what I said. I'm like, it was free. It's for me. Yeah.
Let me do a little side promo thing. So many of you are aware, if not, you are now, that we actually start this show at noon on a live stream on YouTube in a different studio upstairs, and then at 1 we come down here and we take over the main studio here at KSL. But from noon to 1 we're upstairs, and we have varying amounts of success in executing a kind of a video/audio show. And today we tried out the Utah burrito from Cafe Rio, which is they rolled out a Utah themed burrito, and you'll be able to find that on YouTube. Be able to see the segment, see the burritos. We even did a video where we took one of the burritos apart so we could see the different ingredients and things like that. And, overall, I think, Alex, for the most part, we liked it, right? I mean, wasn't that kind of the consensus? We all liked it.
It was fine. It was way better than crumble cookie, I decided. But okay, let me give you a would you rather here. Would you rather have, because I was looking at the things that are the most insane, like perks, okay? And they were saying that, and I was looking at this, and it said that the most desired perks have to do with paid vacation and leave time. And some of these places offer unlimited PTO, right? Now, obviously...
That's what I get.
Right.
At Teton.
My wife's office does similar, okay? The same. But, like, people aren't really doing unlimited, like, in the sense that they just are.
Well, you can't do unlimited. You have a job. So
That's why
I think what they're trying to say is,
okay,
we're not going to hassle you about the time you want to take off as long as you're doing your work.
Some of these companies have now turned to not just paid time off and unlimited paid time off. Some are giving even extra bonuses, paying you even more to take those vacations.
So this is smart.
And what they're doing is they're saying, you have to take this. We're paying you X amount. We're going to pay you 50% more over the next 2 weeks, and we're requiring you to disconnect.
Yeah.
Would you rather have that for 2 weeks a year? Or 3 weeks a year? Let's say three weeks a year you get paid time off that they pay you more with, or free food all day, every day?
Paid time off.
Okay. The paid time off where you get 3 weeks off and it pays you 50% more, or every 2 years you get a paid sabbatical that lasts 6 to 8 weeks.
Oh, geez. Paid time off.
The sabbatical is a wild concept.
Yeah, I can't.
It'd be hard to be disconnected for 8 weeks.
Yeah.
I think you and I both have that angst of, I'll be gone for 8 weeks and I'll come back and find my replacement there.
Yeah, I'll still take the money. Well, and plus,
there's no version of that here at our job. This would have to be like a normal job. But an 8 week sabbatical, like I know a person who does it, and they do it every like 3 or 4 years, and they do crazy trips, and they're gone for a long, long, long time, and I get so freaking jealous.
Yeah, you can't do that. Like in a job like this where you're on air, you can't do that. I mean, if you're gone that much, you may as well. You've basically quit. You know, I mean, it's you disappear from public consciousness.
Okay,
if you take that much off.
Other offerings now that have piqued interest of employees. Bring your dog to work. That's got nothing on this. You ready for this? Pet insurance that's already prepaid, pet bereavement leave, pet care stipends, and even paid time off when you get a new pet.
I wouldn't take that one. Are we still doing the comparison? Would you rather?
No. I'm just saying.
There's some people who will love that.
New pet.
That would be wasted on
new
me.
time off. New time off for a new pet though. It's amazing. I would get a new chinchilla every. What animals qualify? How big does it have to be? What's on the list?
Well,
we just got a new fish.
What animal dies the soonest?
We just got a new fish.
We got a goldfish.
We got a beta.
Every 3 months.
I'm going to take a day or two off here as we got to get him acclimated.
I want to welcome this new member of the family.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Free fertility and adoption and surrogacy assistance? Jeez.
No, thanks.
These companies are crazy.
So for someone that's going to be important.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For you, I'm
out of that phase of life.
I get it. No, I know you are. I didn't think that the surrogacy option for you would be amazing. I'm saying for other people. All right.
Take us to break.
We're taking a break. News, traffic, and weather right now. When we come back, more to go right around the corner. Stay with us. It is KSL Brightside.
2:30 at KSL News Radio. I'm Claire Scott. KSL's top story this hour. It is breaking news. We're learning that a helicopter used for firefighting crashed in Richfield today near the Widemouth 2 fire. The Federal Aviation Authority says 2 people were on board and that NTSB is investigating. We will continue to follow that story and bring you the very latest through the afternoon. Congresswoman Celeste Malloy says the recent size reduction of 2 national monuments in southern Utah does not mean that mining will begin in the area right away. She tells Inside Sources that areas cut out of Grand Staircase Escalante are still subject to the BLM's rigorous rules on mining, and that the mineral exploration might not even make sense in some areas nearby.
There may be mining out there at some point. I don't know if there will or not, but it'll go through a process. There will be public input. There will be a lot of studies. And then, again, there's these market forces.
Wilderness advocates say the area should be protected and preserved, not exploited for materials. UDOT is introducing some new restrictions on 700 East in Salt Lake City, adding more traffic to an already busy area. KSL News Radio's Cameron Elliott reports.
If you've been driving on 700 East lately, the construction is nothing new. However, UDOT tells me that they're closing additional lanes to make sure their workers have enough room to stay safe. That means only one lane will be open northbound and 2 lanes southbound between 400 South and 1700 South until just about October. Once they're done, you can look forward to some new medians to stop drivers from taking illegal turns or cutting across the road, and some fresh pedestrian ramps to make the road easier to cross.
UDOT says the road was not in bad shape, but modernizing it now will make it last that much longer in the future. Your money at this moment, the Dow is closed up 151 points. The S&P closed up 47 points. And coming up, we could see a record high today. KSL weather is next. KSL News Time, 2:32.
A reminder about the simplest way to get updated for your day.
Hit your KSL preset when you jump in the car, and we'll take care of the rest.
Hear key news updates and traffic reports.
Andy and Amanda from 5 to 9 in your car.
KSL News Radio at 102.7 FM.
Howdy, neighbor. Check this out.
Whoa, where did all your stuff go?
Sold it.
Everything?
Everything. The snowblower, the riding mower, the weed whacker, the fertilizer spreader, and some of my wife's old shoes.
So what's left?
Bike, golf club, suitcase. Turns out those things take up a lot less room. I think I'm ready for less maintenance and a lot more living. And at Ovation Homes, they build homes designed for your next chapter, not your last. Single-level living with modern finishes and low-maintenance features, making everyday life easier and a lot more enjoyable. Designed for real life and real budgets. A fresh approach to active adult living in northern Utah. And during the Next Chapter event, you can receive $7,500 on select quick move-in homes or $10,000 on a new home build. Visit Sadie's Glen in Syracuse or online at ovationhomesutah.com. Your best years really do start at Ovation Homes.
Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS isn't slowing down. And the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency, with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, protecting our clients and preparing them for the best possible resolution. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, give Optima a call today.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
I want to extend an invitation to stop hiding in the back of photos. I know what that feels like.
Mm-hmm.
How long can you hold your breath for the photo before you finally have to let it out?
Yeah.
You don't have to do that anymore once you go through Soda Diet and Nutrition, because they will change how you look. I let go of 70 pounds in 5 months.
And I let go of 37 pounds in 3 months. I remember when I used to wear jackets even in 100 degrees in the summer because I wanted something to cover my waist. Do you know how fun it is to be able to tuck a T-shirt in? This is the simple things in life. Tucking a shirt, wearing shorts, and not feeling self-conscious is awesome.
Putting a belt on that goes right below your belly button where it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was possible. And then it was because of Soda Diet and Nutrition.
Right now, you can get 4 weeks for free by calling 866-800-SODA and just mentioning KSL.
But the time's running out to take advantage of this, so call 866-800-SODA, mention KSL, and get 4 weeks free because Soda is, say it with me, Amanda, state of the art.
Traffic and weather together, brought to you by UCCU. Learn how to save more this summer at uccu.com. Here's Ricky Meese.
Looks like the Friday afternoon drive has already kicked in southbound I-15 in Salt Lake County, along with a few crashes and debris. Now out of the way, we have slowdowns in place from Maria 53rd South into Draper, northbound I-15, heavy and slow. South Salt Lake to downtown. Up north, you're going to see delays. They're starting to thin out, but it's still stacked up and a little slow southbound southbound I-15 from Elwood through Honeyville due to an earlier accident. Then in Davis County, we do have a road closure due to a water main break in Centerville Main Street between 1200 and 1600 North. UDOT construction alert. Southbound I-15 between Kaysville and Farmington will fully close Saturday from 10 p.m. until Sunday at 8:30 a.m. while crews remove overhead signs. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
An extreme heat warning is in place for this weekend. It starts today at noon. Highs reach 103 today, 102 tomorrow. The cool down will be slow with Thursday dropping to 92. Right now, 100 and sunny. I'm Claire Scott from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at kslnewsradio.com. We're Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan Miller.
Alex, you don't care about gas prices. You've got an electric vehicle.
And Alex Curie.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Here comes my moral superiority rolling down I-15.
This is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back. This is KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millard here with Alex Curie. And you heard it on this on the news break we just had just a couple of minutes ago, but we do have more information on the accident, the crash that happened down at the Widemouth 2 fire. Around 10 a.m., a Sikorsky S-64 helicopter crashed there at the fire. It was carrying 2 people. We do not know the status of those 2 individuals. We do not know anything about injuries. But we do know that the FAA and NTSB are going to be investigating this crash. There have been 7 helicopters assigned to the fire today, along with 23 engines, 9 dozers, and 9 water tenders, and 632 total personnel. So a big contingent fighting that fire, and it is just terrible. So I hope those guys were able to get out of that okay. The Sikorsky S-64, Alex, I looked it up. It's the Sky Crane.
It's a big. It's actually. It's a pretty big.
It's that
craft.
big. It's that big long one with that. It looks like it's got. It's the Sky Crane.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it. It's wild.
It's doing some heavy lifting.
It's doing heavy lifting.
Yeah.
It's the one that like, the body is missing because underneath it is.
It's not.
all
It's
the
not
gear.
one of the more slight ones that you see sometimes that you think, oh, that's a pretty small
It's this
craft
guy.
there. Yeah.
Sky Crane.
Yep.
Pretty neat helicopter. So we're just waiting for more details. But
Hey, by the
that's-
way-
that's it's tough news. It's tough news to hear from those crews, which have already been stretched so thin all summer long. They've been just working around the clock, and to have stuff like this happen.
By the way, we get texts all the time that are not intended. My favorite thing is we engage with listeners, and this happens all the time. People do this, right? Where you send a text to somebody. You were actually sending a text to your wife earlier, and then you send a text to one of your friends that was intended for your wife. Like, yeah, I'll be over there. You know, that kind of thing. You hope it's just that benign. But this one just came in. So anytime you accidentally send a text and it's not meant for us, we read it.
Just so you know.
Yeah. Yes, we do have a 3:00 meeting. I'm on my way.
So
good
for you.
Hey, just letting you know. Good for you. Yeah, good for you. We're glad you're a tough worker. We're glad you're a hard worker. Listen,
You've got
also-
20 minutes to get
also,
there. I'm sure
by
it's
the
enough
way,
time.
But also, by the way, you work for somebody who makes you have a 3 p.m. meeting on a Friday? I'd reconsider
No,
all
this
my
guy's
employment.
he's got his hustle on.
Because our parking garage is vacant.
Yeah.
We walked by HR today. It's normally bustling with just people taking complaints about Brightside. There's 4 offices that have like HR representatives in them. On a Friday, though, sometimes you walk by and you go, the crickets are loud.
Can I tell you a story about a missent text?
Yes,
So
absolutely.
I got a text from a coworker of mine. Down at Teton. This was just like a week ago.
Okay.
And it was a photo.
Uh-oh.
And I mean, it wasn't anything salacious, but it was
Yeah.
a photo, and I was like, "What is this photo?" And then it was and then there was a text, a big long text that was related to work, but not related to anything that I was working on. Right? I mean, I recognized
This
that
is
it
what
was
I'm talking about.
work related, but I had no idea.
This is what I'm talking
and
about.
so I texted him. I said, "Hey, man, I don't know if this text was for me, but let me know." And it turns out, so he didn't even have his phone on him. It was I can't remember where it was. It was like it overheated or something like that, and his phone sent photos and texts, like copies of other texts,
like drafts,
to a bunch of people.
Really?
Yeah. So the text that was sent to me
random picture
was a text that he'd sent to someone else days ago, and his phone took that text and sent it to me, and a random photo and sent it to me.
That's when Apple needs to get sued.
It's not Apple.
That's
not
when
Apple. It was. He's not an Apple guy, but I looked at that and I thought, boy, that's
pretty
something.
dangerous.
Oh my goodness, could you imagine?
Oh, hey, by the way, if your phone talked to you, like in a regular conversation, your phone talks to you and goes, "Hey, in a few days, I'm going to send out a bunch of random texts and a bunch of random pictures, not related to one another,
but they're all going to be
pictures
stuff
are going to be
you've done.
random. The pictures are going to be random from your library. Are you cool with this?" And then you're like, "No, I don't want that."
The photo was him sitting with his niece,
mm-hmm.
and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, it's cute, baby. Why'd you send this to me?" And then the text about something completely. It was crazy.
I feel like you got off lucky.
Here's the problem, and I've been saying this. Computers are unreliable.
Yeah, you have. You have been saying it, like the old guy that you are. I've been saying this, but computers are the worst. All right.
They're out to get you. Now, we got to get serious about one thing. We got to get serious about first world problems, because when we come back from this break, we're going to do a whole segment of first world problems.
Oh, yeah.
And so send those into 57500. If you don't know what first world problems are, they are problems that annoy us and bother us. They affect our peace of mind and our enjoyment of life. But they're also problems that are so silly that we would be embarrassed to explain them to our pioneer forefathers. And so that's what they are. So send them into 57500, because when we come back, we're going to go through them.
Yes.
We're going to commiserate together. We're going to shed all of that weight and go into the weekend feeling amazing.
Ethan, there's this story that I wanted to did you want to go straight to the break here already?
We don't have to, but I did kind of toss that up. Like I thought you were going to take that and just take it to the break, but we can
everybody,
stop and pivot.
Ethan doesn't feel like working on a Friday. We're going to take an early break here on this last segment because he's given up on life. He started to get jealous of all those people that are on sabbatical across the world. We'll jump in right here with more to go right around the corner. Stay here. Your first world problems are next. Yes, somebody asked, they go, are you gonna say who contributed those? Yes, we will. 57500, as long as we know what your name is. You can contribute those first world problems, and we will read them over the air. Next, right here, it is KSL Brightside.
Your business isn't just a balance sheet. It's the late nights, the bold bets, the people counting on you to get it right. At UMB Bank, they've stood beside businesses like yours since 1913, not just as a bank, but as a team who understands what's at stake. Because real banking isn't just transactions, it's trust. It's a relationship built to last. Visit UMB.com. UMB.com. Bank deposit products provided by UMB Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Something big is coming to South Salt Lake. Join Go Pave Utah on Friday, August 7th from 11 to 1 for our free block party featuring food, drinks, snow cones, virtual golf, and to unveil a giant mural by artist Marcus Medina. Over 200 feet, transforming Go Pave's headquarters into an art landmark. Join Go Pave School Supply Drop-Off, benefiting children at Guadalupe schools, and a separate partnership with Make-A-Wish Utah. August 7th at 2575 South, 900 West in South Salt Lake. Go Pave Utah. Building community, one project at a time.
Ready to win big this week? Head to KSL.com/win and enter for your chance to score some amazing prizes. You could win tickets to see the Utah Royals or Real Salt Lake, catch the Disney Worlds Collide concert tour, or rock out at Aerofest featuring Styx and Chicago at the Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater. That's just the start. There are even more great prizes up for grabs. Enter today at KSL.com/win. And good luck.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know you can't cook. You're not one of those people who say that they can, but when people come over for dinner, they find out the hard way, you can't. You can't even microwave popcorn, and that's literally just one button. Plus, measuring and patience are huge parts of cooking, and that's just not you. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
Hi, it's Tori DeVito. In every family, small conversations can make a big impact. I grew up on tour with my parents. Kind of different, but we bonded over music just like other families do over sports, camping, or other interests. And we talked. Little everyday conversations from silly to serious that built a foundation over time. Honest conversations, like when my dad shared his experiences as an alcoholic.
Your honesty about that part of your life gave me a sense of integrity that I wanted to uphold in my own life. And I was so grateful that you and Mom had become these sober, stable people who were always there for me.
I wanted you to